As we transition. Hello! We're back with our second episode of Awakenings. We took a little week off because I wasn't feeling well, but everyone's back and I'm feeling better. And I'm very excited to hop back into this. So I hope everyone had a wonderful week. In the meantime, I'm very excited to get back to this. We have a couple smaller announcements that we'll be getting to. But in the meantime, I think I would just love to have my cast introduce themselves. Where can people find you? And what do you do and such? I will get us started with her makeup is flawless. It stops numerous people dead in their tracks. So please, Ava, let us know who you are and who you're playing.
Hi, everyone. It is Madam Ava Couture here. I play Rahani, the Blood Hunter Cleric. Both of us use she, her pronouns. And I'll throw it over to Evie.
Hi, I'm Evie, the Disaster GM, briefly guest playing, etc. Over here with Foozca. Normally you can find me on Altered Echo Archives as the director and currently the primary GM for Empyrean Rising, where Foos is also guesting with me. I am playing... oh god. Locke. I almost forgot my character's name for a second. I am playing Locke, who is a changeling monk. And yeah, I did not get enough sleep last night. Joe, your turn.
Hey, it's me and my turn. I'm Joe, and I'm playing Ben Rivar, or Ben Ivar, it looks like. But hey, he goes by Ben either way, so that's fine. He's a tiefling, a little bit of sorcerer, a little bit of warlock. When I'm not here hanging out on Fridays and right now Thursdays, I'm on Dispel Logic. We're playing D&D on Sundays. And once in a while, I have time on my own Twitch, Microcosmic God, and I'll play Timberborn or some other stuff as I find interest and desire to do so. Xanthos.
What is up? It's your boy, Jackson, also known as Xanthos. I am playing the Satyr Bard, Calceptus Bledsoe, who froze to death last week. You can find me over on my own channel at Campfire Stories, or my YouTube, which is currently dormant. But yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
And lastly, Nenners.
Yes,
yeah, Nenners.
I'm Nenners.
No, you were right to ignore him.
Yeah.
No, I was just like, what do I say?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
It's all good. I DM on Fridays, a legacy campaign. Which is very quickly winding down. I'll be running a Shadowrun one soon. I'm super excited about that. I'm a victim on Fuzi's Saturday campaign, which is going to be very interesting this week. Hashtag let Joe in. And I currently play in this one, Skaven artificer named Thelonious Fellwhisker. And he is surrounded by no furs, and one of them is his face stealer. And he's not happy about that, or any of this at all. But yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything. Foos, take it away.
Hey, what's up? All right. So I'm Foos. I'm the DM for this wonderful short series that we'll be running. And I DM on Saturdays, as that is mentioned in DT. And Nenners killed one of us last Friday. And we're going to pick up with that. And the worst part about it is I have to roleplay the parents of that character. So thanks, Nenners. Thanks for that. Anyway.
He went out like a baller, though. So you know what?
He did. Absolutely. We do have some smaller projects that are probably going to be coming up in, I believe, March and April. So if you're in our Discord, you're going to hear about it in our recruiting channel and such. So if you're interested in, I know one of the things I'll definitely be doing is a one-shot with all monks. So we're going to keep my theme of all one class nonsense going on. So the next one will be monks. If you're interested, check us out and stuff. And do we have any other things? I feel like there was another announcement I had to make and I can't remember it now. So maybe it'll hit me later. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to be hopping back into this story. And I'm trying to just remember. There's nothing else. Why are you telling lies to the Streamlabs? Oh, because you are the darkest DM here, Nenners. You finally got your kill, and I'm very happy for you.
How many people in this game are dead?
It doesn't matter. It's Black History History Month. There you go. That's an announcement. There we go. I don't know if that was what I meant to say, but it actually absolutely needs to be said. So, happy Black History Month. Here we are, February 1st. And yeah, we'll just hop back into it. So, essentially, after Joe's comment, it kind of makes this terrible. We started our adventure with the demise of all 5 people here. Going through them one by one, I of course started with my brother and killed him first, and moved on to the others. But finding their death in various ways, whether that was someone they knew, harsh environments, or what have you, which one of these characters found themselves passing on to another life. And in doing so, find that they are something a little bit unique and special about it. They didn't seem to follow the rest of the moats in this new space that they seem to be in. Instead, they seem to form into full bodies and be able to communicate with each other, while various other moats of life or souls seem to kind of glide right by them. But as they were in this space, a little bit of, I guess, conversation was kind of had. There was some introductions were attempted to have happen. A silent spell sort of interrupted some of those, and various interactions were starting to happen. But before many names could be swapped or introduced in any kind of way, a very large glowing mote seemed to be flying towards the group. But the vibe check did not come through very clear. But thankfully, this large mote seemed to be an avatar of the goddess Oya, who is a goddess who very much defends the natural afterlife progression of souls. But this avatar communicated to the group that she can't see them, but she can sense them, and that she will do her best to guide you along to where you're supposed to be. But she can't seemingly interfere or contact other than speaking out loud. Okay, my future wife, yes. But in reaching you guys this way, she also mentioned that sticking together makes it easier for her to find you, and to do so and to separate would make it harder for her to be able to keep track or even help. So with this sort of enormous winged, glowing so brightly she's nearly just a silhouette avatar leaning over everyone and giving you this message, we're picking up with the team in this space. And as we're getting into this, I'm reading chat. It's great. One thing I'm going to mention, as per usual, I have the players vote for who they would like to have inspiration for the next round. Xanthos, you overwhelmingly won. Everyone loves your character very much, so you have the inspiration for this session. And just as a reminder, because this is a little bit newer for you, we do inspiration a little bit differently, which means you add your D20 roll to another D20 roll. Whether that is yours, your friends, anything. Your character doesn't necessarily need to be involved in it, just as long as you, Xanthos, know the roll's happening. You can roll that and add that to a roll. You can also use it as a subtraction. So as the DM, say I roll to hit somebody and you would really rather that not happen, you can roll your die and it would subtract from my roll. So you can use it both to either help your friends with the positive number or hurt me with a negative number, whatever you choose to do. And it expires at the end of the night. So make sure you use it. And this also works for any D4s that you guys are gifted through chat. So any D4s you can add or subtract to any roll, as long as it's a D20 roll, of course. No damage rolls or anything like that. Anyway, getting that out of the way, and with our characters having this avatar give them a very important message and a destination to simply move forward, move along, which thankfully with a good religion check, Rahani realized that was likely following the direction of the moats in this vast nebulous space that's there. But I will pick up with the group who still don't quite know each other, but we're delivered this message and are in this dark but also bright, thanks to the moats, space.
We should find the ones that turned invisible, probably, before.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Calcephedus and Thelonious are still invisible.
I assume they moved on. Is that what you do when you die?
Locke is still kind of positioned like a little bit between the rest of the group and the big angelish thing. They are not fully convinced that it's not a threat still. Suspicious by nature. But will kind of be backing up, like, I'm not going to say walking backwards, but kind of floating backwards, towards the others to get not necessarily them in their peripheral, but be easier to converse with quietly, because still trying to register if this is a threat that is just very good at trying to get them to drop whatever is causing them to not be sane.
And the avatar remains where she is. The wings are still sort of flapping gently and her braids are still floating about her, but she is seemingly looking in your general direction, although you can't see any features of the face.
Yeah.
So it's just sitting there like a beacon of light, saying that it can't see us and to go forward. That's all we pretty much got.
Yep, and you're invisible.
And I'm invisible. Okay. I'm probably almost definitely complaining about the light. Especially since I was gas mask. I was like, it's too bright. But he's gonna float. He's gonna stay close enough to see what the group does. But he's just hanging out in invis mode right now and just trying to see what this light bulb is doing.
That way, babe.
Just following the moats. So yes, that way.
Invisible people, are you still nearby? Hello?
Is it gonna get me?
And like this, kind of talking quietly still.
I'm like in the fetal position.
I feel like I heard
Just-
whimpering somewhere.
Don't move. That's how the face stealer gets you.
I'm not the face killer.
They're not.
Did you say that audibly?
Yes, that's what the wisdom check is for.
I really am currently no threat to any of you. Please stop calling me that.
It's very rude.
If I remember right, didn't the angel deity like try to grab me, but she couldn't touch me because there was like a force field?
It was to everybody, yeah. Her hand is enormous, so she was just kind of reaching for the group, and there seemed to be a dome around the five of you.
A celestial after my own heart. Ha.
Yep.
So I guess seeing that like nothing's happening, I'm just gonna slowly unravel and just kind of, I'm still invisible, but I'm just kind of looking around, seeing this giant beacon of light over my head, and I'm just like, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here. Don't know what's happening. Don't know any of them. There's a face stealer over there. I don't. I'm just gonna chill here in the ether.
While you're there, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Let's see.
Okay, not bad. In taking a look around, especially, I guess, in the safety of your invisibility, and knowing that at the moment, whatever afterlife abilities or this kind of just not, there's no need to breathe in here. There's no need to walk, but seemingly invisibility seems to still work, as your friend, everyone else does not know where you are. But having that safety and looking around a little bit, looking especially at the avatar who's near you, she has since sort of retracted her hand from that whatever barrier was keeping her from touching you. But in retracting and kind of looking over her carefully, she does seem to be fully armored from the silhouette, from what you're kind of catching in this the glowing silhouette that's nearly blinding. But you're noticing the weapon that she seems to carry is a spear of some kind. And although the hand that was reaching for you was way more obvious, the other arm seems to be sort of extended down the path where the motes seem to be going. And just from her posture and demeanor, it looks like she'll probably do her best to follow you. So maybe you'll have to get used to this light.
Okay. Through squinted vision, I just go, all right. I guess I gotta do what she said, and I float over to the others, and I go, I'm right here, guys. The light scared me, but I think we need to go that way. There's a giant spear of blinding flame pointing us towards. I'm gonna call that north. So we're gonna go north.
I mean, we were about to start heading that way. There's just the smaller one still has not appeared. I guess you haven't appeared either. The yappy small one has.
Yeah, it just kind of stays until it wears off, or someone hits me. But please don't hit me.
What? Wasn't planning to, but I guess if you can hear us and speak with us, I'm assuming the yappy one can hear us and speak with us if he wishes. So yappy one, if you can hear us, follow us north. She's gonna start floating
What?
north.
There is no north. What?
Towards the moats.
Towards more bright lights?
Yes! You could stay here. I don't care.
Just these disembodied voices just going back and forth.
Yelling at each other.
There's a grunt and a grumble that can be taken as an affirmation. But yeah, that's what he's cranky. The lights are too bright. Hey, can you tell your glowing no for a friend to turn themselves down? They're at about a 10. I want them at a 3.
Yeah, that's a lot of light right now. I just got here. Can we ease into it, please?
Small rat person who I cannot see.
I'm a satyr.
Not you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, the other one.
I'll just stay here.
You would not tell me your name. I'm fairly certain that it can hear you. You can possibly ask yourself. And I'm just kind of casually floating backwards to keep myself between it and the rest of the party. So if we're moving, yeah. I'm still just floating backwards.
You're just perfect.
Yeah, ass first.
As one does.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Glowing, shining, bright light bulb thing. Can you turn yourself down, please?
There's a long, hard silence, and it's probably after about 10 seconds that you realize she probably can't hear you as well as see you, but she can sense that you're there somehow.
Well, that's rude.
I'm speaking common, right? Not Greekish? What? She not understand?
I mean, I believe she did say that she can sense our general location, but I don't think she can hear us, so... Maybe if you give the intention of, I'll go, but turn down the lights, maybe she'll sense that. I don't know how that would look, but it would be very amusing to see if I could see you.
Alright, I'll follow wherever you want me to go. You just stop being so bright. Too many lumens!
Wait, Locke
brightness
will just kind
remains.
of over, yeah, Locke over their shoulder will look at pretty much those who they can see and be like, are lumens is that the species of these light things?
Maybe it's her
Oh,
name.
that makes sense.
No! It is the measurement of light.
Ms.
Follow the
Lumens,
lumens, I suppose?
We're going north, I guess.
Yeah.
No one can see me, but I'm like somersaulting through the ether.
I'm still
Oddly-
moving as if I'm walking because it feels natural. I don't
Valid.
like floating without moving my legs. It's weird.
You're the only one with wings, and you're using your legs to move right now.
The irony of that.
It would be rude to fly next to a bunch of people who can walk.
Sounds good. All right, so it sounds like we have people sort of haphazardly moving forward as we go.
Yeah.
Which sounds
so
amazing.
I've got a decent like movement speed, quote unquote, if that even counts here. So that's kind of why I'm positioning myself towards the rear with like my ass going first so that I can keep an eye on the potential threat. So like I'm assuming that movement speed is attributed to our floating, so I should be able to keep up.
Correct. You do seem to be at a familiar pace, regardless of how you choose to move yourself, whether that is kind of willing yourself through the space, wings or legs. You do seem to move at a pace that you were familiar with when you were alive. But in the team moving forward, there are various things that you can encounter in this space. And because sometimes you don't entirely know what that is, I need somebody to roll me a d12, please.
If you want below a 5, I got you.
I'll
It's
do
up
it.
to
I'll do it.
All right, we got Ava. Ava's on it. All right, there we go.
Okay.
All right. As the team starts to move forward, you do see there's a slight gap. She's not quite keeping up with you perfectly, but the avatar does kind of float in space beside you, still looking in the general direction, every so often looking off, but maintaining decent distance with the, I don't even want to say team, this group of individuals who are stuck together at the moment. But it's strangely peaceful in some ways. It's very, very quiet out here. There's sort of a rushing energy of the moats kind of moving around you, flowing almost like a river in a way. It feels almost like you're wading through water, but it's not impeding your movement in any way, and it's just quiet. It's kind of strange, especially considering how some of you had a very stressful way of leaving and arriving here, but here it's quiet. Until eventually the avatar's face kind of turns away from you, looking down along the same trail of moats that seems to kind of twist and turn into the distance, almost fading off into nothingness or seemingly endless stream of moats. But she looks in the general direction that they seem to be going, which has never slowed beyond or slower than the pace that you are all taking. The moats seem to be whizzing by you very quickly while you are just traveling at a comfortable pace. But as her head sort of whips off to the side, you can see that the spear gets lowered for a moment. She seems to be attempting to focus on something. But anybody who has proficiency in perception, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I do, only if it's based on smells. Can I smell it?
No, it's not. Hey, very nice.
I'll have that advantage thing on.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just take the first one. Okay.
I've got observant as a feat, but ironically, I am not actually proficient in perception.
We have 2 people proficient in this, but 3 in religion.
Yeah, we
Fun
love
group.
religious folk. This is a great group. Rahani, eyes on a swivel or just focusing on the avatar as you are, when she turns her head, it's hard to tell just because anything that's not in this sort of sea or river stream of moats is dark, but in between, almost kind of flitting between the moats, a good distance ahead, you're quite sure you saw like just a flash of darkness between some of them. It didn't look like it was really traveling, but it seemed like something was moving within the stream that was not also a moat. Calcepitus, unfortunately, you do not catch this.
Yeah, I'm kind of just floating in the air like in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and the fizzy lifting drinks. I'm vibing. I'm just
hanging out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We may have another guest with us. Something has her distracted at the very least.
In which direction? Dear.
And she'll point.
Good, maybe bright light goes away.
Can I see anything in the direction that Rouhani is pointed at?
You can go ahead and also give me a perception check. Okay, I will give it to you at advantage, but it will lower the DC a little bit because Rouhani was able to kind of point the general direction. And also, just for Rouhani's note as well, you saw it for a moment and then it was gone. So it wasn't the sort of sustained spot, but you were able to, of course, point in the right direction. Lock-in, looking in the distance, it just looks like more moats right now. They're twisting and kind of moving around each other. There's a lot of movement, but nothing out of the ordinary for your eyes.
Okay. With that, Locke will kind of be keeping an eye out in general, but not really change their position currently.
Okay, gotcha. Speaking of, on this lovely map that we have here right now with you all floating in space, go ahead and give me a marching order. I have an arrow on the map right now. That's the direction you're going in. So whoever's closest to the arrow is in the front. Whoever is closest to the back is towards the back.
I love that you just placed the arrow starting on my face.
Right on your face.
Yeah, right on your face.
Exactly, where that belongs.
Who is the biggest, who would cast the largest shadow here?
You mean who's the tallest type
Who's
of vibe?
physically the biggest that blocks the most light?
I think I put Rouhani at 6'6", something like that.
Oh,
so
excellent.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it's her.
Thelonious is
There's
basically cutting the
there's
pie
also
with-
wings on one of you.
yeah,
True. I can make a large profile on command, but other than that, I'm a string being.
but you're
tall.
not
Yeah.
further, right? Yeah, so basically wherever she is and wherever Light Lady is, he is in the shadow of. So
Okay.
Jokes on you.
Rouhani will probably stay closer towards the middle-ish. That way she could see good in the front and then also in the back if needed.
For the sake of this particular map, we'll say that this sort of glowing orange is where the avatar is. So she's on this side, and you guys are traveling that way.
Okay.
So feel free to place
Okay,
yourselves
in that
wherever.
case,
I should probably swap over to that map. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if this would be a determining factor, but I'm just kind of aimlessly spinning and somersaulting, just all over the place, just kind of taking in the fact that I'm weightless, I'm free.
Yep.
Oh, this is so sad.
I feel like your character is going to be the one everyone is desperately trying to protect for the rest of this series, but still invisible. Yeah, you're genuinely able to enjoy this freedom at the moment. It's not too bad here right now.
Could be worse.
But could be worse. Rouhani, it was quite a distance away the first time you saw that that little shift of darkness. But in another probably minute or two of travel continuing, you do catch that slight movement again, and it does seem to be getting a little bit closer, moving against the tide of the moats and towards you.
Is it still too far away to get a vibe check of it?
Yeah.
Damn it,
Unfortunately,
okay.
I think that it's not even necessarily that it's too far. I think it's mostly that it's so brief. It's like a flash of a moment that
Yeah,
it's
that's
hard to
okay.
read that.
Okay. She'll keep an eye on it.
Sounds good. And for the rest of you, the invisibilities are still up as they do. Actually, wait, did you drop yours, Ninders? I don't remember. No, you're just
He's not
okay.
dropping it.
So
Yep.
right, so those two are still invisible. It's just traveling as you go. All right, sounds awesome.
It only lasts for 10 minutes, so obviously if it goes past that,
Yeah.
it drops.
You're getting close to it, which was why I was going to bring it up, just because you're closing in on it, but I think you're good. Also,
mine lasts an hour.
I was gonna say, wait, doesn't it last an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it lasts an hour. I was about to
how it
double
works.
check.
Is it greater than this?
invisibility.
It's only 10 minutes?
Greater
Anyway,
invisibility.
yeah. Okay.
It's very.
I don't
short.
know where my numbers are. I apologize, but yeah.
No, don't worry. You're set. Yeah. No, you guys are good. You guys are super good. So you can continue being invisible. But within probably another 5 minutes or so, the avatar's face still seems to be off and looking away from you, but still keeping up with you a bit. But again, you hear her voice kind of ringing out for a second. Something's approaching, but I can't see it either. Be on your guard. And you see her kind of float a little bit ahead of you, still kind of focused on the moats above or ahead of you, but not moving too far.
Privately, Locke is just thinking, does she have vision problems? Because she's having difficulty seeing us. She's having difficulty seeing something that may or may not exist. So Locke is just kind of looking vaguely in her direction, going, okay, yeah, someone here also claimed to see something, but is this giant glowing being gradually going blind?
I have a suspicion. Could I make a check to see if this suspicion is correct though? I don't know. What type of
Sure.
check to make.
What is your suspicion? And then I can tell you what you need to roll.
I think it's mainly that she's technically not on the same plane as us, so
Okay.
she just
Go ahead and
can't
give me-
perceive what's on the same plane as us.
Go ahead and give me a religion check for that. Nice. Ronnie's money with these religion checks.
Yeah.
With your knowledge of avatars and gods and such, like most of the time, avatars are sent, to kind of be that messenger, to be that representative in that space. And the astral plane is where you're pretty sure you and your companions at the moment have ended up. It is kind of a strange pocket of a space. It is occupied by sometimes void-like creatures. It is occupied by casual travelers between the realms. Yankee are very often known as the sort of pirates of this place. It's a dangerous location to be in. And this is likely where you are. And she is likely not on this realm, as you suggested, or theorized, so to speak. But you do know that gods and avatars shouldn't have any problem seeing that. But if you guys are anomalies of some kind, maybe whatever's coming at you is also an anomaly of some kind.
It may be because we're most likely in the astral sea, and I don't think she is truly and physically with us, so there could be that discrepancy there. But there is something quite odd about the situation in general.
Internal monologue or external expression?
External.
Okay.
Details.
Locke just kind of goes, I'm not sure if that's good or bad, because I was just kind of assuming that she might be going blind.
We have incoming. That's what's happening. Polonius is going to prepare his sling and one of his not so nice cocktails for whoever may be incoming.
As you're doing that, Ben and Calcepetus, excuse me. What are your passive perceptions?
Oh no. I'll tell you what. My passive
What?
is 14.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
10.
oh, good. Which means, unfortunately, neither of you see what essentially happens next. These attacks are made at advantage because neither of you were able to catch it in time. And there are... Oh, go ahead.
I've got a fairly high passive at 18.
Same.
You would see it happen, but you wouldn't be
Okay.
able to interfere with it. But for
Okay.
these two in particular, they don't see it, they feel it. Rahani and Locke, the two of you, are able to see, again, another flash of darkness that it feels like, Rahani, from the last time you saw one of those dark shades or motes, whatever it was in the distance, it felt like there was almost like a gap between the way they were traveling before to now. It almost feels like they almost teleported or something. It was a very far distance that they closed very quickly. But 2 attacks made it an advantage. And let me not put this on GM. First one is for Ben. Second is for Cal. And
Oh.
I'm just double checking something. Okay, and then I need a intelligence saving throw from the 2 of you.
Oh.
Rude.
As we slip into...
All right.
Oh, we're starting off strong, I see.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Come on. There we go.
So what you're saying is don't get hit.
Oh god.
Yeah,
It's
you're
been real,
definitely
guys.
saying don't get hit.
Wow.
I need the 2 of you to roll me a d12, please.
Well, here's a question. Which one of those came at me? Never mind. I was gonna say my AC is pretty high, but I don't have my stone
21.
thingy turned on. And
Yeah,
the 21,
the 21
would
was
hit,
for
even if
you.
I did.
Okay. That's a 4 for you, okay.
D12, you say?
Mm-hmm. 10. Okay. So, essentially what everyone else sees, Rahani and Locke right before contact is made, but Thelonious only after likely the reaction from these two do you get to see it. Calcephedus, you are attacked out of your invisibility, essentially, but claws seem to sink into the side of the 2 of you, purposefully sinking in and then sort of dragging across your spectral form. And it almost feels like you're made of cloth or paper. There's tearing, but there's no blood. But you still feel pain, absolutely, in this situation. And as you are starting to kind of feel this, what seems to be just sort of a pale gray, where a face should be of a humanoid, that seems to be fully made of tattered rags and black sort of shadows of some kind, seems to sort of apparate in front of you, attacking you, and in doing so and sinking those claws into you, you feel a sort of jolt that seems to affect your memories specifically. Various different memories seem to flutter past both of you as the claws have sunk into you. And the both of you seem stunned for a moment, kind of lost in those memories that are flying through your mind and you have no control over. We're going to start rolling initiative. These 2 have popped out, so you do see them on the map, so let me pull them out. When you roll initiative, make sure you have your tokens selected. And let me pull these guys out so you can see what they look like. Shady little shits. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, and then I'll roll initiative as well.
Is my initiative affected by my stun? Should I be rolling at disadvantage?
No, you still roll normally.
What the fuck? My rolls are shit.
I also...
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, well, you know what? I rolled terribly as well, so you have that going for you, which is nice. All right,
I'm
so...
working my way towards you, Nenners.
Yeah.
Ben,
you got a
what's your
seat on the
dex?
council, don't worry.
No good? Okay, never mind. He just shakes his head. Don't even ask. All right, actually, yeah, never mind. Good. They will be going ahead of you then. So let me just adjust that really quickly. All right, so initiative, I see everybody's on the board. Looks good. Good stuff. And Flandy redeemed a stretch, so please don't forget to stretch. Get out of friendly neighborhood stretch right now. But we will get to the two of you stunned folk as it is when it gets to your turn. But for at the moment, you seem stunned, which means you unfortunately cannot use reactions at the moment. And I need to roll damage for the both of you. I forgot. First one is for Ben, and second is for Cal. And that brings us to the top of the initiative, which was Rahani with an incredible 20 roll.
Yeah.
It is your turn. You have your movement, bonus action, and action.
Cool beans. I would like to hit this one here, right next to Cal. And
Sounds good.
Let's do like a sacred flame just to like try out.
Let's see what's happening. Yeah. All right, let's see. Dexterity saving throw. They don't have advantage. Let me tick that off.
Yes.
Super failed.
Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and just real quick, I'm also gonna activate my Exorcist feat, which little ability called Disturb the Wicked. I can add an extra 1d4 of radiant damage, and if the creature is Aberration Fiend, a creature with incorporeal movement trait, or a creature with the ability to possess others, the damage is double to 1d8. So
It's 1d8.
cool, yay! So let me roll that real quick as well. So
All right.
tight.
So it's an extra 3 on top of that. Damage is damage. As your sacred flame goes off, this creature, it doesn't have hands. It looks like it's just that sort of sheet of gray for a face, and then vaguely humanoid cloth and ripped, tattered material seems to float around it. But from what you can make out, it almost feels like arms are extended into Cal, as you can see, with one hand that seems to be kind of just ripping into his stomach at the moment, even though he doesn't seem to be reacting, being that he is stunned. But as that sacred flame goes off, you see some parts of the cloth and fabrics kind of burn off of them. And just a little bit, you can see the like thin, gaunt frame of what you imagine is a humanoid body under those rags. But that is your action. You still have your bonus action and any movement you would like to do.
Let's see. I'm not gonna do a crimson right now, so I'm good. So she'll move right here, so she can get a better look at both of them.
All right, sounds good. Calcepitus, at the start of your turn, you are currently stunned. At the start of your turn, you do get an opportunity to break free. This would require another intelligence saving throw, so please roll me another one.
Come on. Oh, that's.
Is that worse? I'm pretty sure that's worse.
Yeah, that was
All
worse.
right. You remain stunned as this. It feels like it's rummaging through your memories like an encyclopedia almost, just going in some strange order. But the one that it seems to settle on, and this is where you as the role player get to kind of have a little input in this. But with your D12 roll, what was a profound moment of loss for Calcepitus? What does he find himself reliving as this creature has latched onto you?
So, when this creature first dug its claws into my side, before I could even let out a scream, my mind was instantly transported to a quaint mountain village that Calcepitus was staying in with a couple of friends. He was with a human and a half-elf. And they were in a back alley cornered by some natives of the town who were throwing obscenities at them, pointing at Cal's hooves and furry legs, calling him a freak of nature and that he doesn't belong here. And as Cal was attempting to use some fancy satyr magic to protect himself and his friends, one villager saw that as an act of aggression and swung a sword onto his right arm, removing it from his body.
You find yourself locked in this memory. It is playing in painstaking detail, only from your perspective, but it feels like you're getting more detail than you ever got in that moment. It was a quick moment. You lost your arm, there was a miscommunication, but it feels like you can read more about it, and it's just sinking in you as you flounder in this memory. And unfortunately, you remain stunned, so unaware of what's happening around you, you find yourself reliving this moment over and over again.
Quick question.
Sure.
Since I was, in my own world, spinning through the astral sea, and this creature hooked into me, are me and this creature spinning in unison?
A little bit.
Okay,
A little bit.
Okay, cool.
A little bit. You're just stunned at the end of his claws, and they're just slowly spinning.
This is no longer fun.
Unfortunately, that is full Calcepitus' turn, which brings us to Locke next.
Quick question, actually. For those of us who died in combat and thus might have used abilities or gotten damaged, did we get that back when we?
You did. You do come back full strength here. Yes, all
okay.
Hit points. All
so I'm going to bump my HP and key points back up in that case. Because I have plenty of movement. I'm going to start with the one that is closest. So, did not mean to open that up. So right up next to him, and I'm going to take at least my first attack there with...
This is technically sort of grappled with Calcepitus because it is holding on to him. So you do get advantage as this creature is kind of rooted in space.
Okay, cool. Attack. 23.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So I am going to dump a stunning strike into that. It's 1 key point, 2 key points. I'm so good at this. I've definitely
you are
played
so good
this
at this
before.
Also, I realized
stunning strike. There we go.
For my boys who failed that intelligence saving throw, I forgot to give you the accompanying damage. So hold on 1 second.
No, that's fine.
I
don't need that.
The 11 is for Ben. The 6 is for Cal.
What's this other damage we took then?
The claw was the stab, and then the intelligence saving throw that you failed was.
So
the
that
damage.
one attack was 5d6. Great. I'm sorry. The 11 was for me.
It was indeed for you. Okay. So you're doing a stunning strike on this creature. As you land the blow, it lands exactly where you'd like to. It feels like this creature, whatever it is made of like fabric and wire. There's no flesh to it. It's not even bone. Like when it hits, it feels like it gives a little bit, but then it almost feels like it kind of pops back into place. You recognize that, unfortunately, your stunning strike would not work on such a strange creature that doesn't seem to have bones, flesh, or likely a nervous system. But you do 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Let me see. What else do I have?
Also, you do get 2 attacks for your main action, and then whatever.
Yes, I do. I'm seeing if I have other things to dump into this guy now that I know that he can't be stunned. All right, so in that case, just another unarmed attack.
Yeah. Yep.
24 this time.
Nice.
8 points of bludgeoning, And I am going to Flurry of Blows as well to drop a couple more attacks on him.
Go for it.
22.
Yeah, jeez.
26.
Yep.
Damage.
Another 11. Let me do the damage on this creature. Okay. In your flurry of blows, both your bonus action and your action attack, you watch as just tatters of this fabric just seem to be ripping off this creature, and it's not screaming, and you imagine it's because there's no face, there's no mouth, there's nothing humanoid really about this creature other than its silhouette. But as the tatters are coming off, you see what looks like what would probably be legs that are just blackened and tarred and just strangely stiff, seemingly snapping off, even though you're not even attacking them, and kind of breaking off and floating off into the moats. This creature does not have blood, but you recognize that it is bloodied, which means it is below 50% hit points.
That's creepy.
Nice damage.
That's creepy. So, and if it matters at all, my attacks are considered magical.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
They are doing full damage. Thankfully, that is working out perfectly. With your damage total, you have reached a certain threshold that allows Calcepetus to roll another intelligence saving throw to try and break free of his stun.
Come on, roll 20. Thank.
What the fuck?
All right. I just posted this in chat too. I was like, I built a supported defensive bard. I was one of the first to be attacked. Trapped in trauma land. Just refuses to break free.
Welcome to one of Foozca's campaigns. How you enjoyed it? You having a good time?
You've got inspiration.
Oh god.
You've got inspiration.
Oh yeah, he does it. Yeah. If you wanted, you could roll the Welcome to Foozca. That is kind of fun. Play to get out of here.
What if I need it later?
It's fully up to you. There's no pressure. You do what you'd like.
Yeah.
But Locke, is that the end of your turn?
That would be the end of my turn. Basically, I'm gonna try and knock this thing out of him first before going and pummeling the other one.
Sounds good. That brings us to Mr. Fallowiska.
Thelonious. He is
Oops, I went too far. Pardon
actively swinging his lovely sling here, and he is going to. Well, that one's Oh, you guys are so bunched up. He probably doesn't want to acid splash his teammates right off the bat. But that is Caven culture.
I would not judge you for acid splashing the face stealer, honestly.
That's true. There's two things
We
there
have
that don't have
established that
regular
you-
faces and then Cal.
He's going to kind of ignite the thing that he has in his sling and just launch it at him with cast Firebolt.
Yeah, you have advantage. An 18 does absolutely hit, but if you'd like, you can fish for the crit because they are technically grappling with it. Creature.
Same roll. Here we go.
Same roll. I was like, did you roll?
At least it was a good roll. At least it was a good roll. I mean, this is Nenners.
You can't be bad at a 10. That's basically a crit for us.
Yeah, it should actually be a +1 because I have some cool steps, but I am an alchemical savant, which means I get to add some damage to this because it is a acid, fire, or necrotic. So let me roll some.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
And
Nice.
that's +5 because of my thingy, and I get an additional roll, don't I?
So it's +5 because of your intelligence, right?
Yeah. You gain bonus to one roll of the spell. Okay, yeah. So that's just, so it's 20. So it's 20 flat.
Okay, gotcha. So 20 flat. Incredibly placed firebolt. As this is just a strange sort of wiry creature that's covered in rags, but dead center, more of the fabric just burns off of it immediately. And again, you're watching as like almost brittle body parts seem to be breaking off. You can see that the other arm that's not currently sort of knuckles deep into poor Calcepetus' stomach seems to snap and break off and kind of float back in the wind. This, whatever's left of it, seems to just be like a face, like half a shoulder, and then the arm that's stuck into him right now. That thing is looking very bad, but it is still up.
Oh, well, that sucks for me because I'm a caster, so that's all I can do. But the Has Cal said his name yet? Has he spoken out loud?
I don't think he's gotten a chance to introduce himself, right, Cal?
Okay.
Technically, he introduced himself to Rahani, but they were separate from everyone else.
Yeah.
If this
Hey,
monster is
goat person! Stop! Get out of it, please! Also, get out of the way.
I do not respond. I just gotta.
You're not even here.
Yeah.
Yup.
He is going to hide behind the lady, and that is the end of his turn.
Like a gentleman. But you have,
Gentleman.
but you have also broken the threshold of 20 points of damage on the dot because of your intelligence modifier being added to that. So Cal, you get another intelligence saving throw to try and break free. Hey, all right, he makes it.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Finally.
Yeah. It jars you out of this memory as this whatever creature is attached to you. The claws within you seem to kind of jerk from the damage that it took, and in doing so, you're brought back out of that memory through physical pain, as your stomach just feels like it's on fire. And thankfully, the memory seems to fade from you. But there's a part of you that can feel like it felt like that memory was attempted to be stolen. And the detail that you were remembering it in that moment when you were stuck in that sort of loop, it's not as clear. This, whatever it is, took some of your memories from you. But you still retain a little bit of it. But you are not stunned anymore, thankfully. But with that, the bard is unstunned. You have a faceless creature attached to you, but otherwise doing okay. Which brings us to the baddies, actually. I'll start with the easy one, which is poor Ben, who is still stunned and attached to this thing. It's going to try and claw you 2 more times. I'm going to double check one thing. Okay, yeah. At advantage because you're stunned. That and that. And you watch as the one that is attached to Ben doesn't seem to change very much at all. But the one that was attached to Calcepidus, you watch as part of the arm starts to kind of reconstruct itself. Not fully, but it's got down to almost like the elbow, as it seemed to regenerate just a little bit.
Hit it with fire!
Get that bitch, get it! And Rahani, with your incredible perception, you watch as another sort of flit of darkness seems to kind of be rushing again, but this time it seems to be coming towards you. So because you're passive, what is your passive again? Actually, you don't have perception, or do you? I don't remember.
My passive
just
is 18, and I also have observant, so I don't know how that helps much.
No, I would say being on the lookout for these creatures, I would say that your passive is enough to, it breaks their stealth anyway. So on their way to you, you are above their DC. So this attack is not an advantage because you do get to catch it as it's coming at you, but it comes claws out to try and attack you.
Really?
That's not 20.
Really?
I'm very sorry.
That's
Listen.
First shot on the cleric.
I had a good streak. I had a good streak going for a bit. So.
Quick thing, because I know that this happened to me in character creation on this sheet. Is your perception +8 to begin with?
Yeah, because I am proficient with it.
It did not add the observant to her passive like it did the same to me. So her passive should be 5 higher.
Should be higher, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
so
Yeah,
5 points higher.
Yeah, you absolutely saw it, no matter what. Yeah, you super saw this thing coming at you. Yeah, absolutely. So unfortunately, you take that damage, and I do need an intelligence saving throw from you, as it is using its memory drain on you as well.
And then I'll do the audience inspo that I have for D4, just in case.
You don't need to. You can save that. The 13 is exactly what you needed.
Yes.
So that's why I was like crying for poor Xanthos, because I'm like, it's not that high. You can do it. I fucking believe in you. And he's just like 2, 3, 2.
I'm addicted to the pain.
For real. You do not, thankfully, find yourself reeling in any kind of memory, but you do, for just a second, feel the attempt. For just a second, a different memory starts to kind of start for you, as if you're about to relive it. But Rahani, you managed to snap out of it. So fantastic. You only take 1d6 of damage, but of course I rolled max damage and I apologize. But you are not stunned and you are not locked in that memory. So you have that going for you, which is nice. And Locke, you also feel one kind of rushing towards you. Your, again, passive perception is high enough, so this is not an advantage for you. But one does sneak up beside you and attempts to attack you at normal. Mm-hmm. Right back to the other end of the spectrum.
Quite shockingly, a 6 does not hit.
Quite shockingly.
I know, surprisingly. It's so surprising.
Surprisingly. And then it does get 2 attacks, and usually it's claw and then the memory drain. So since it missed the claw, it's going to try and claw you again, but it will not be able to memory drain because that would have been its second attack. I don't think a 14 hits.
14 does not hit.
14 does not hit. It comes out and just lashes at the air around you, but even with your attention on the bard who you managed to pop out, you managed to deflect and dodge both of those. So you are in good shape, which brings us to Ben. Ben, at the top of your turn, you get an attempt to break free from the stun, so I need a intelligence saving throw from you.
So, as that happens, Thelonious is a little tired of his no-fur friends just having no fucking clue what's going on and just being stunned all the goddamn time. So he's going to mix up what is essentially like liquid smelling salt, shake it up, and launch it at his friend over there. And it is Flash of Genius, which means you get my intelligence modifier to your save. So you're gonna hear, snap out of it, damn it! and just get the nastiest, like, just horrid, vile smelling salt that just shocks you back to your senses. And that makes your save a 16, so hopefully that passes.
He passes, absolutely.
Okay, excellent. I have no reactions now, but
yeah, you're all set. The good news is, Ben, for just a moment, you were pulled into a memory, but it didn't last terribly long. But, again, from your perspective, what, for Ben, was a fond memory of home that he might just think of if someone even mentioned, how was your home life, or anything sort of casual? Something fond of his.
It wouldn't go through the full memory, it sounds like.
No.
But if I'm launched into a happy memory of home, there's would be like a grimace of having to actively push away some bad ones. But real deep in there, as a small child, there would be 3 tieflings, red, blue, and black. I didn't pick the colors. They don't make sense. Doesn't matter. Blue and black make red sometimes. But it would be his parents walking him through a museum, and not a single thing they point out to him is a feature of the museum. His mom is talking about how it's designed, and his dad is talking about what it takes to shape a column like that, as both of his craftsman parents are starting to like set him on a path. And they kind of ignore all the historical shit because that's not important to them. But now I'm ripped back to the present.
Yeah, with a faceless creature face to face with you with its claw in your gut. But you come out to the smell of smelling salts and a very angry rat yelling at you from behind Rahani. But you are no longer stunned and you have your turn.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, first reaction is going to be a bonus action, and my visage goes from red to just black marble with veins of gold, because fucking getting hit again. I need to be armored. This is bad times. So that's just a reflex. I just come out doing that as a danger response. And then I'm just going to look at this thing surprised and just shout out, "Steal!" and just draw my blade because I need him. And we're gonna cast. You inconveniently put all the other enemies not close. So instead of that one, we're gonna do
I know. I'm trying to
Blade.
wait. Like, damn it.
But on Earth, it expects me to make the attack separate. I was like, why didn't it
Right,
do a
yeah.
roll? Okay, steel. That I don't know. Is that gonna hit?
Misses.
Well, you're making a face that makes it seem like Vogley might have saved the day by making
Hey,
that
go!
15. Vogley, you're a
Yeah.
champion.
These creatures do not have a very high AC. Also, you would technically get advantage because this thing is still trying to it's still attached to you. So go ahead and roll another one. Just actually, you can probably keep that if it was high enough.
As advantage, but I'm also noticing that one thing I didn't do was go back and correct the fact that my 1 level dip into Warlock means that I'm not using Strength, which is a 0. I'm using Charisma, which is a 4 to my attack.
So that would be a +9.
Instead of a +5, yeah.
Correct. So you would hit no matter what.
You're still a champion and a hero, but I'm gonna keep your heroism for a later date as I get my advantage. I rolled the same shit, but it doesn't matter. Oh no, I rolled worse. It just looks like the same shit. Either way, that 12 was a 16.
You absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. So that is a bunch of real low numbers. 6 slashing and 6 thunder.
6 thunder.
And now this guy, if he moves, has all the effects of Booming Blade. And it doesn't, as much as it is thunder and lightning, flavor's free, and I'm a stone wizard. It sounds like someone driving in like a steel spike into a boulder, and just that shattering when it splits in half. It's a sharp crack of stone versus other things. And then I have much more AC now, so we're gonna do other things, and we're gonna back up, and we're gonna gamble. We're gonna gamble on high AC.
It is definitely gonna try and attack you, but it is not an advantage, thankfully.
And gambling paid off.
Ooh!
Yeah.
You managed to. It just scrapes against the back of your now stone wings, but you managed to put some distance between them.
And then I'm just gonna go give a nod. Are you still invisible? You're not invisible anymore.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna give a nod to the rat, just acknowledging the significant part you just played.
Thanks, Rat, you my boy. Okay.
That's all my action economy. I'm good.
Fantastic turn. That brings us back to Rahani. Oh, you're muted, by the way. In video.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah.
There's one in front of me, and I'm annoyed.
It's important detail.
What a sentence. There's a man here. I'm pissed.
How dare you? I think I forgot to put my glaive in here. I think we'll still just keep doing the Sacred Flame for right now and add on that extra D8 for that. So if it hits, obviously.
Sure. The one that's on you or a different one?
On me.
Okay, gotcha. Boo, 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 boo. Dexterity saving throw. There it is. God, is that 2 1s?
So 11.
Yep.
Because we need this energy on Saturday, please. Thank you.
For real, I rolled 2 nat 1s for both of her Sacred Flames.
And then
That's an 11 altogether, right?
yep.
Oh wait.
For Radiance. And
No, I'm looking at the wrong. Oh no, it is lit. I'm sorry. Yes.
and then I don't really have anything for bonuses right now that I want to use. I guess I'll just move away from it. That's really it.
All right. It will try to grab you.
That's fine. No.
Nope. Just swipes at the air and nothing happens. But
Everyone else
yeah,
can see
between
all
the.
enemies still, right?
What'd you say?
Everyone can see all the enemies. There should be. I'm asking everyone. You can see everybody. Just everybody else. I can only see one, and I've reloaded a few times. I'm just checking.
Really?
I can see 4. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, there's
4.
4
Okay.
on the screen.
Okay, good. I was like, it looks like there's 4 on stream as well.
I can work off the Twitch as needed. No big deal.
Okay.
He's a
I don't know why
professional.
that's not showing why for you though.
He's got
Um,
options.
Yeah, between the sort of like boom crack of Ben's attack and then Rahani's sacred flame, there are numerous pieces of cloth and sort of charred bone that seem to be broken off these creatures. But they're still up. Calcepitus, it is your turn. The one that's holding on to you is barely in one piece, but you find yourself snapped back out of it.
All right. So, having being snapped back to reality,
Ghost gravity.
like my mind is back in the action, and seeing this monstrosity in front of me. Calcepitus has had a rough life. You know, a lot of people have been up in his face. He does not like confrontation. He's not a fan of violence. So he is going to scream and cast mirror image,
Mhm.
so that there are
Yeah.
now 4 Calcepituses, and all 4 of them are just gonna run away. So
Oh my god,
I'm assuming each
amazing.
square is
Oh,
5
going in
feet.
the corner. Yeah, exactly.
okay, he's full
gonna-
movement speed.
More of you. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of them. You can drag all of these. as
So
you go.
it says move with you.
Yes.
Okay,
So wherever you go, they just come along with you.
Okay, so all 4 of us, we're gonna take a little field trip.
Yep.
we're gonna go this way. Yep.
It is gonna swing at you, but of course, we have some things to look. Okay, well that definitely hits. You need to roll your d20, and if it is a 6 or higher, it hits one of your images. Ooh, okay. Immediately, one of your images is clawed out of existence, but you do.
Oh, that's rough.
But hey, it served its purpose. That's exactly what it was there for. So very nice. So that was your action and your movement. Is there anything else you would like to do for your turn?
Gonna look down at my prosthetic arm, and in coming out of that stunned memory trip, my vision is gonna play some tricks on me, and like when I first look down, I see my flesh and bone arm, and then it slowly shifts back to being made of wood and metal, and you know, just kind of reeling, just kind of, you know, yeah.
I love it. You were having a bad time, but you managed to slip out of it. Very nice. That brings us to Locke, who you now have 2 around you.
Poor baby. All right. Yeah. So Locke's seemingly mostly featureless face splits into a far too wide to be most humanoids and with sharp teeth. And
Claudia's freaking out in the background.
yeah, and they snarl at the creatures that are surrounding them now, especially the one that tried to hit them, and is going to at least start the attacks with the one that is already bloodied. So let's go for a little bit of just a little.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. That
Is it
hits.
still an advantage?
No, it's not holding on to Calcepitus anymore. He's
Okay,
no
so
longer kind of
then
rooted
that
there.
would have been a 17.
Yeah,
have
that
fled.
absolutely hits as well. They have
Okay.
very low AC.
Okay, so
Mhm.
9.
Yep, it is still up, but it is looking bad.
All right, let's go for another one.
Yep.
There we go.
Quite
Should have
sure.
just kept that
You
other
don't-
one.
You do not need to roll. It has
Okay.
3 hit points left. Would you like to describe the finishing blow on this creature?
Like the first one is like punching the arm back off that it had been starting to reform, and then
Get rid of that.
their hand like just grabs the featureless face and tosses it in an opposite direction from its body, while turning to then continue with flurry of blows on the other one.
Awesome. As soon as you chuck the head kind of free from it, and when you make contact with it, it is both cold to the point where it feels like it's burning hot. It doesn't do any damage to you, but you could just feel that temperature is off. But as you kind of chuck it, the face just disintegrates as you swing on the next one. So go right ahead.
Yeah, okay. So let's see. 2 more. So there's a 25.
Yeah.
And a 17.
Yeah. Go for it. Nice. 14 damage.
I am appreciating having gotten the low rolls out of the way early.
Yep.
So that is a total of 14 on this guy right here.
Exactly.
And
Very nice.
like just another like odd snarl from the weird facial features that have developed.
Awesome. Locke is doing work down here.
Yeah, and they have like flushed to a deep angry red with their color changing skin.
Hell yeah. Awesome. That brings us to...
I also have movement. So
yes, you do,
since
technically.
I do not have to keep it away from him right now.
Yeah.
I am going to shift over to the other guy, and I have mobile, so no attack of opportunity.
It does not get attacked. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're all set. Scooches
now
on over.
I'm done.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thelonious, it is your turn.
Thelonious is terrified, and his cover has moved, so he needs to address both of those problems.
You can follow, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Oh, you look terrible, don't you? All right. Could I hand somebody a potion as a bonus action?
As a bonus action? I will give you a dexterity saving throw to see if you can kind of take it from wherever you have it holstered on you, and see if you can recognize that you can chuck it. Yeah, absolutely. as a bonus action, I will let you chuck a potion.
Okay. Well, he wasn't gonna chuck. He was gonna run down, and he's gonna do one of two things. He's gonna run over, and go over to his red friend here. You both look and smell like shit. Drink this. And he's gonna hand you an experimental elixir. You can drink it whatever you want. He's gonna hesitate for a moment, and he's gonna cast Skaven Fire.
Hey!
These guys right here, and whatever awkward square that ends up turning out to be, but obviously not trying to hit the horrifying one.
Yes.
So that's that. And then he's
it's
going
a
to
dex for them.
use what's left of his movement to scoot behind his cover. And that is the end of his turn.
Incredible. Dexterity saving throws. 1, 2, 3. All right. The very first one that you see in front of you that was kind of closest to you seems to be the only one to kind of resist it. But in the distance, you see dancing, I'm assuming green, your color of choice for this.
Absolutely.
But sort of dancing green seems to reveal the fifth one that is now revealed because it failed the saving throw.
Take that, you son of a
So very good placement of it. He has popped out, and he and the other are fairy fired now. Very nice. Also, just for clarification, Fell Whisker is an alchemist, which is why I even entertained the idea of handing someone an item as a bonus action. So just for future reference, likely that won't work for everybody, but because he is a pot-wielding genius, I will let him. That sounds hilarious out of context. Anyway, this guy's fairy fired. Let me look. Yeah.
I'm Gucci. That's literally all I can do. I'm done. Thank you.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna put the green dots on the fairy fired one so we remember it that way. Okay. So that's that, and then these guys are back up. You popped that one out of his stealth, and he was making a long distance to try to stealth attack somebody, but now he can't. He's gonna just scooch up ahead. I don't know if that one has the movement for it. I lost my mouse. Okay, there it is. Barely. Yep. All right. That one's coming back for Ben. That one's staying on you. This one's coming
Attack
here.
of opportunity. That passed
Yeah,
through
go for
my
it.
range.
Go for it.
Yeah.
An advantage because it's fairy fired.
I'm sorry. Did my boy just move up 5 feet?
Okay.
Yes.
Lovely. Let me double
Yeah,
check
that is-
wordings and whether he gets saves.
Yes. 23.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Unfortunately, I do not. Unfortunately, I do not have Sentinel, so it does not stop
Yeah.
him.
But you do hit him on the way over.
The one in front of
Oh
Evie
yeah. I'm
is
just like,
moving.
where are you going?
Ooh, much better. The one in front of Evie takes 14 thunder damage. There's another crack of stone since he moved.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
And it worked
Sort
out
of
because I
nice.
realized that it was rolling 2d8 when it should have been 1 on the attack, but the 4 damage it gave me was equated by the fact that I didn't change charisma for the
That
damage.
you
So it's all perfect numbers for the wrong reasons.
beautifully. Listen, we
It's
love
all
it.
fixed now.
Wonderful.
Yes. Looks good. All right. So that one, again, a sort of crack comes off. Body parts and fabric are floating off into the moat stream beside you all. But they sort of move into position. First attack is for Rahani. It is a flat roll. Misses. It is not going to be able to use its memory drain, so it's going to use its second attack for another claw. Does a 16 hit?
AC is 16, so
All right, meets it, beats it. So you take that, but it does not get to memory drain you right now. It just managed to latch onto you. The first one kind of sliding off your armor. Ben, this is for you. Just handing out claws. That does not hit, I believe, right?
Does not.
All right, and does not hit. So both of those miss. And for Locke, these will be at advantage because they have positioned themselves on opposite side. This is a homebrew rule for me. I give advantage to placement if you're on exact opposites of an enemy. This works for you guys, but it also works for the enemies. So as they are on opposite sides, they will get advantage on Locke.
Flanking.
Flanking, exactly. I believe that hits.
21 does hit. 23
I believe
also
that hits as well. I will need 2 intelligence saving throws as both of them have managed to land their claws. That does
18?
pass. You don't get advantage. Wait, do you get advantage for something? Is there a
Shit,
reason?
I forgot to take it
Okay,
off. So 18
that's
on
fine.
the first one.
What I'm going to do
9
is
on-
what we usually do is we use the first one as the roll, and then if you
Okay.
accidentally roll twice, we'll use the second one as the second roll. So we'll take the 18 and the 10
Okay.
for the 2 separate
Okay.
rolls. It's no worries. So unfortunately, you do fail.
Okay.
You do take some damage as well, so you take that. And then I need you to roll me a d12.
No,
Oh.
she does not. I got plenty of smelling salts for everybody.
So-
hold on, she ain't feeling shit.
Terrifying.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Uh,
9 plus 5.
I
On
have
the
so
first
many
one,
stupid
or-
bonus things.
Yeah.
like
Yes, your flash of genius would absolutely kick Locke over the I think it's 13 that you need to pass. So you, for a moment, go ahead and roll me your d12 just to see what memory it might have sparked before
Okay.
smelling salts has woken yet another person up. Amazing.
7. So do I still take the psychic damage?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
The other, that's correct. You failed, but you would still have to take the 1d6 from both intelligence saving throws. So I'll roll 2d6 just once.
Okay.
So you get, it's another 10 psychic on top of that. But when it's your turn, we'll talk about what memory was surfacing before it disappeared. But I believe that's all my baddies. Yes, that is it. Okay, so that brings us to Ben.
I'm going to do some reconnaissance on the Twitch, see where the peoples are. All right, one is in front of me. That is
Yeah.
nice and easy. Glancing around the people I have been placed here with, would it be safe to say that the Skaven looks the most vulnerable as a target? I would say the guy without a shirt, but there's copies of him now.
There's copies of him right now. Yeah, correct. I mean, in terms of like just base defense, most likely. In terms
Right.
of how they're currently doing, no. But
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
The other people look like they're gonna. You know what? As much as I thought that, one of you up there is about to tank some stuff. I will, as a bonus action, call up some stone sorcery. That is long, but the point is that as I look over
That is
to,
long.
The way you said that.
it's a big old thing of words, but kind of just liquid stone. That doesn't make sense, but that's what it looks like. Kind of just flows out from a hand and just kind of creeps up your feet, Rahini. And you just have like your colors are just a little muted behind stone magic, and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing is reduced by 4 at the moment for you. Then I'm gonna hit this thing in front of me, and it's still more than 5 feet away from stuff, so I'm gonna do Booming Blade again, and we're gonna find the button. There's the button. 14 to hit.
All right, my apparently roll 20 on both my streaming computer
Yeah.
and this
Oh,
one
I am just seeing it now.
is
Yeah.
freaking out. So maybe it's a roll 20 thing, because if you were
It is
having
definitely
issues,
roll 20 thing.
It
I'm
just
having
it happened to me. It's like, welp.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
reloading
same
now.
time.
Your
timing.
connection to the server has been interrupted. Somebody has spilled
Yup.
coffee in the data center.
That being said, we are about halfway through our session tonight anyway, so this is probably a good time for us to take a quick break. You rolled a 14, which absolutely hits this thing anyway, so we'll come back to you hitting. If we need to do some sort of physical die thing, that's totally fine too, but we'll figure it out. Oh! I think it just came back for me, but I don't see your roll. So hold on. Oh, there, see everyone disconnecting. Maybe it's coming back. Anyway, I think we should take a break anyway. So we're gonna go take a break. We'll be back, and then we'll see how that goes. We'll take a 10-minute break. I'm gonna round up a tiny bit. So we'll be back at 8:45, let's say, and then we'll hop back into the rest of this combat. And for everyone who's here, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back in a bit. Bye.
Thanks.
We'll be back for combatos. Hopefully things seem to be working now. But my brain is one of those things that seem to be working other than Roll20, and that is because I forgot to say thank you for hitting our follower goal, because we were trying to hit 350 and we did. So thank you very much. And we just got a follower tonight too, so we're at 351, I think. So thank you very much. Super appreciated. Much like what we did, I think we'll probably make this a little tradition for us. But every time we hit another 200 followers, we did it at 200, we'll do it again at 400. We're going to give away some cheesy dice. So if you're still around for that, when we hit that, we'll have a giveaway. And you'll hear about it then. But anyway, as this music implies, we're hopping back into combat. We had a moment where Roll20 hiccuped on us, and it was a good time to take a break. So we're going to hop back into combat, which means, I believe, let me just switch screens once again. We got to pick up with Benevar's turn. Ben, you rolled last time, but as we have found out, there is no paper trail for it, which means you get to roll again.
It's going into the ether. Just a reminder,
Yes.
I did bonus action, give you the stone magic, so Rahana, you take 4 less of the melee damages,
Yes.
and it does give me a reaction to teleport. And well, this might not work in the void. It specifically lets me teleport if we're on the same surface, so that might not ever come up.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The idea
That
is
is
that we're
weird.
traveling through the earth and rock. That's fine and hilarious. So, what we do is we move on and we do a sword attack as part of a booming blade. Hey, look at that!
Oh, hell yeah! Let's go.
You manifested that crit.
Yes, you did. You were
Once
like,
in
give
a
me
while
another
they come through.
Jesus.
Whew.
Wow. Those are
numbers.
all D8s. You rolled only 8s and 7s. Hell yes.
So yeah, that I put secondary damage that will only apply when I'm casting Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade, and I just call it Boom Flame because there's the two it could
Boom
be.
flame.
In this case, it's Boom. So with another crack of stone, that's 21 and 15 is 36.
Yeah.
Slashing and thunder damage.
Amazing. In one shot. What would you like it to look like with this incredible crit that you landed as you blast off like half of this creature's body?
As I go to swing, just kind of in more of a slashing arc, with a little bit of a jerk, the angle changes. I called out for steel, and steel answered and redirected the strike. And so what happens is similar to what produces that cracking stone. It's a stab, and then just a twist and jerk, and it just shatters and splits in half.
Exactly that. From like just under where the ribcage should have been, but there doesn't seem to be a ribcage on this creature, the bottom half of it just shatters and splinters off, disappearing into the moats behind it. But this creature is now what would be bloodied, but you blasted off over half its hit points in that one shot. So very nice.
And then back away over here.
We're doing this again. I guess I closed that sheet when I was. Oh yeah, I reloaded. That's why.
Can't attack them. That's the rules.
Yeah, it is going to try to attack you on the way out.
That just hits.
I think that. Yeah, exactly. Which
You know what,
does
though?
mean.
Since I don't need to save my reaction for a teleporting across surface that I cannot do, I have a lovely little reaction I like to call shield.
Shields. I knew it. There it is. Yes, with the shields, rather than scraping off the stone that you have. Actually, what does your shield look like when it misses this attack?
Essentially, it's just kind of an ethereal. Like if you're looking through translucent. Again, stone that doesn't make sense. It's you're clearly like a rocky textured but translucent field in front of me.
Awesome. Yeah. So the sound is the same, but the visual is different as the shield comes up in time, and it just scrapes off of that. But yeah, you're able to go wherever you'd like. I believe that was your movement and action.
That's all of it.
All right. All set. All done. Rahani, you are up. This creature currently has you at the end of its claws.
Well, I might as well. Bonus action, I'm going to activate... What the heck is it called again? Oh my god. The Blood Maledict. and that is a D4 to my damage. So let me roll that real quick. Nope, not that one. Hold on.
Ooh.
Not that one. It's a D4.
I like that it's in all caps. Bleed for the hunt.
Two.
Jeez.
I approve. That's got some real Silent and Blood energy, and we like that around.
And I'm activating Rite of Dawn. So then and I'm gonna put that on my glaive. So now I'm gonna try to attack it with my glaive. See,
you get advantage because it's attacking you, or it's like it's stuck. Yeah, that absolutely hits.
All right. So
Also, you should definitely have more than a +3. We'll have to check your bonuses.
Yeah.
But 9 hits.
9 hits, and then
9 damage. Sorry.
Oh, is this undead?
You could tell based on that other thing that it was one of those, but I think up close you wouldn't recognize that this doesn't seem to be undead.
Okay,
it's something else, but it's not undead for you, like
okay,
in terms of what you can figure out.
That's fine. Okay, so it is just a regular D4, and then 1 point of radiant. Oh, and I'm also gonna add that the other radiant damage thing that I have, which is Disturb the Wicked. So I'll do that again. So 4 radiant altogether.
All right, another on top of that. I think Nubs is digging at something.
Can I try to move, like, get it out of my gut? Why is it still stabbing me? I don't want this.
Oh my god. Are you gonna try and move, or?
Yeah, we'll try to move.
All right, yeah, go for it. It is gonna try and swing on you, but we'll see what happens. I believe a 21 hits.
It does.
It does. And
I'm actually going to use my Portent of Stars to make you roll a d10 and subtract that number from your roll.
Here we go. Go ahead and post that for me for reference, and then I will roll my d10.
Okay. Did that post? Not. How do I share an item?
Oh, if it's not, you can just copy paste it when you get it. No, how dare you?
I thought I muted. I'm so sorry.
I saw you reach for your thing, so that's why I thought you unmuted to do that.
And you're like, you're so rude. I'm like, what are you talking
You're okay. That's hilarious. Yeah, okay, thank you. It's mostly just so that I have it, so I remember just in case. Awesome. So yes, with a 5, it turns into a 16. Does a 16 hit you? That would be Rahani. We're still fighting here.
It's 16, so yeah,
well,
it's still.
Joe just used his inspiration to bring that 16 down to a 12, which a 12 absolutely does not hit. With the help of friends, you thankfully do not take damage, and more importantly, do not get rooted in that spot. So you managed to slip away. That was your movement. Your action is at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Alrighty. Which brings us to... Oh, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was... Okay. Honestly, I was trying to burp quietly.
It's the burping hour. It's okay.
Yeah, so just like, no, I'm just sitting here trying, like, carbonated water, so...
Just hanging out. Kalsepidus, it is your turn.
So, if I cast a spell in mirror image, do my duplicates cast a spell as well?
You don't get the effects of it. You just get the visual of all of you casting it. Yeah, that would be awesome. But no, it is a flavor thing mostly.
Yeah. Me and my crew are gonna turn around and witness the entourage of baddies that are hitting everybody and being mean. So we're just gonna make our way back over here, and on the bloodied fairy fired one, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Enemies Abound.
Ooh.
And so it needs to make an intelligence saving throw. And on
Let
a
me
failed
go
save,
ahead
the
and
target loses the ability to distinguish friend from foe.
It fails. Your DC is 13. I'm gonna see if it can try and pass that. Because I do have a D4. So with all the inspirations going around, I need a 2 or higher to pass. If I get a 1, he still fails.
Oof.
All right. With a +4, he will pass that.
Okay, that's fine. Then me and my
Why you
crew are
picking on
just
the
gonna.
disabled guy, man? You got an arm. You got here.
First
fucking-
time I've had that was close.
Let's see. I was right here, so that's 5, 10,
Rude, bad, get out. Thank you,
15.
Flandy.
20, 25, 30, 35. Perfect. We're gonna move right here. And then-
Perfect.
yeah.
Behind the large lady, as a gentleman would do.
All three of us.
Everybody hide behind Rajani.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us to Locke.
Okay. So I have a question.
Sure.
We are not on the material plane.
Yes.
Is there dim light or shadows, or is it just kind of consistent ambient light from all directions?
Oh, I see where this is going. It is the light you are mostly getting right now is from the avatar who seems to be near you, and also the motes seem to glow as well. So there are pockets of darkness if you get enough space from either of them, but because you are surrounded by both, basically, there's not a lot of darkness in your immediate
Not right
area.
now. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem.
She
In
shut
that
down my
case-
teleport too.
That's not my only one. Yeah, it's not my only one actually.
She just called you poor.
But yeah, so
Mhm.
I am going to use the fold space from my dimensional loop in that case to choose any space that I see within 60 feet of me, and no action required. I can treat that space as if it's within 5 feet of me, moving without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Alrighty. Go ahead and post. Do you have that one as well available, or full?
Yep.
Or... Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you. Yep. Yes,
Yep.
exactly that. Okay.
So let's see. Where am I moving to? Mostly, I just want to not be between these bastards. So it's
Yeah.
not that I'm moving far.
Yeah.
But I
Just
am
wanna
going to
be
go ahead
here.
and, like, as if I am winking out of existence and appearing somewhere else. It's not even like the pop of teleportation. I just, like, ease into this space and quite literally come out swinging on the bloodied one.
Awesome. You have advantage, so let's go.
Oh, advantage. So there's
Yeah, because it's
that's good.
terrified. So.
There you
Yep.
go.
Yoga.
Let me move that.
Yeah.
So there is one. Thank you very much for that fairy fire, by the way. And here's my second one. 22.
Yes, absolutely hits.
That's what I thought. 8 on that one.
Very
How's
nice.
it looking?
It is still up. It is looking bad though.
Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and drop another key point to do Flurry of Blows on this guy.
Let's
So
go.
here's
Let's
one.
go. Yep, that hits.
Here's 2.
That hits.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And that first one was 1 point short of the total, so that second shot does do it. All 4 shots bring this thing down. Would you like to describe how you murder this fairy-fired creature? As it blasts into bits?
Yeah, it's sort of just like I cease to exist in one space, appear in the other space, already swinging, and it's initially just like 2 hits with like fists to the face, and then kind of a spinning kick with both legs to just the last one just goes right through the body as it finishes disintegrating.
Awesome. Yeah, it's just literally punching and kicking this thing into pieces that then kind of get picked up and float away with the rest of the motes. That was your action, your bonus action, a tiny bit of movement, because that technically counted as like 5 feet for you.
It does not count as as if it were within so
as
no
if it
action
were within
required.
5
Yeah,
feet.
so five feet. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have the rest of your movement.
So I am in that case going to use the rest of my movement to come over here to this guy, so that I can be within striking distance for the next turn, and possibly get my shit rocked. But whatever.
All right, at the end of your turn, that brings us to Thelonious.
I am still like snarling with the creepy, far too wide, fang-filled mouth. By the way.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But then I dropped concentration. Fuck. But there's only 1 left. It's not gonna. All right. Thelonious is gonna make to go to his spot and see that the goat man is like, get your own spot. That was mine.
This is just where everybody was at. I'm sorry.
And in a fit of frustration and rage, is gonna come up here, and is actually, how much movement is it? I might actually get rid of this bullshit. It's only what, 10? No, why can't I math? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. He's going to take out what looks like just absolute gross, disgusting, viscous bottle of something green, drop what is like the alchemical version of Mentos in it, and it immediately starts to react. And he's going to shake the hell out of it. And he is. Where did it go? I can't fucking remember what the hell it is. So here?
Yeah, about that. I think so. Yeah.
So he doesn't hit his teammate. Well, I'll just scoot over. Anyway, he's going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew at level 2. And I think that's... So it's a straight line, so they need to make a dexterity save.
If it's 5 feet wide, you can catch all 3. So that will be all of them. Their last remaining 3. So go ahead and roll your damage. I need to roll dexterity saving throws for these 3.
So
none of them are attached to anybody, so they don't get disadvantage. It does all flat.
44
1, 2,
plus
3.
5.
Then as I rolled you 3 fails, my guy.
Yes! This is the first time ever. I've never had cast a spell where Foos has failed fucking everything. And that includes this is amazing. Oh my gosh.
It's very true. It's the first time in our history that I've been
amazing.
All failures. All right. 17, they take full.
They take full anyway because I have elemental whatever. So unless they're immune to it, I ignore the resistance.
All right. Good.
So that's acid, and I do drop concentration on fairy fire, so that does drop. I have that. I moved 10 feet, which means I can still scoot by. And that's what I'm gonna do. If all he's like this, hey, you look kind of rough. Do you want a potion or something next round or something? Because I can get something to help you.
It would be appreciated, thank you.
Okay, I'll work on it. You just hear clinking and various bubbling behind you. As he's preparing to.
Absolutely terrifying.
All right.
Oh my god. With that
How many
blast,
people are behind me?
it's genuinely half the team. With incredible blast, 2 of them are looking very bad. You have melted and singed off a good part of these bodies that they still seem to weirdly like snap and break off, but they seem to kind of like melt at the hot points and then break off and fly off into the background.
Jeez.
Amazing. Awesome turn. All right, that brings us to the baddies. Oh,
in an effort to calm Thelonious down, we're gonna surround him and just like try to say, you know, it's okay, we got you. We're gonna.
Why don't you have a shirt?
I did have a shirt in the real world before I died.
You sit here like shaking up potions and like, taking out corks, spitting them, and they just float away, trying to figure this. It's just like, why does this man not have a shirt? That's awesome. Thank you.
Why does this man not have a shirt? Okay, incredible. Thank you both. I love you. I got a DM inspiration. Thank you, Maya. I love you. Because it's my turn. No, it's the baddie's turn.
Wait, Maya betrayed us?
Maya!
She did.
Maya!
She said, "I'm terrible. Take this." So I will
You are
take it.
terrible.
Warms
In
the
doing
heart
the
to see
math,
someone do the right thing.
that one is closer. That one's gonna scooch over here. So with that, first attack is for Ben, and then after that will be for Locke. So Ben, this is for you, my guy. I believe a 19 misses. We'll try 16 misses. So you're all set. The other 2 are at advantage against Locke. So 1 and
22
2
hits. 23 hits.
I
What the
believe
hell?
hits. I'm sorry. I'm rolling real good against like only you, pretty much. You take that damage. I need 2 intelligence saving throws from you.
Just a minute. Let me see if I'm still up.
I think that's
That's a
to
good
the
point.
point you getting KO'd. If my math is correct.
Believe
To
it
the
is.
point.
Yeah. I am exactly at 0.
Okay. Then I still need you to make an intelligence saving throw, but it is at disadvantage. Please roll me a d12. Later. Alrighty, and we will get to that as we get to your turn. But for the rest of the team, you watch as 2 claws sink into Locke from one side and then the other. But the one that's in front, the one that's kind of above on the map, essentially, with the claw still dug into Locke, pulls the body closer and just seems to stare, like face to face. It's faceless slab of what almost looks like rock about an inch away from your nose. But as you are sort of slipping out, it is flying through your memories. And the rest of you are watching as the sort of fabric that flows around this creature seems to be slowly kind of enveloping Locke fully. But as that is happening, the other one who attacked, his target is preoccupied. So it's going to retract its claws and head to the other target, which is Rahani. So you will get 1 claw attack as it used 1 on the other. Does not have advantage because you are chilling. 14 does not hit.
Nice dodge. Good job. Good job. Yeah, yeah.
I can't.
I am loving your character so much.
I love
your character so much.
He started off just being so like confused about people and yelling at people, and now he's encouraging. We love growth.
He's encouraging his meat shield.
Exactly. That's the end of those things turn, which brings us to Ben.
All right.
Come on, Benicio, show us something good.
Things.
Benicio del Toro, let's go.
Serious. So what I'm gonna do is a bonus action. Just cast a little Searing Smite, and kind of like
Aren't you a
the
sorcerer?
yeah.
Okay.
It's the most paladin
How the
sorcerer
fuck
I've
are you
ever
smiting
seen.
as a sorcerer? I love you, man. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to derail. I just
Down like the channel of the blade, just like from the hilt and then slowly down will just start dripping magma to be my fire damage from Searing Smite. And I guess I didn't have to cast it till I hit, but that's fine. Then we will swing. A little bit of that. And what we're doing is casting... I'm going to double check because the timing of this will be interesting. Booming Blade is not concentration. It's one round. So I'm casting Booming Blade, and it doesn't ruin my concentration of Searing Smite. I just have to double check that.
Booming Blade? Oh, Booming Blade's part of your action. That's the
the action
of it.
And the cantrip, which is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So, 12 slashing, 1 boom damage, as well as 6 fire damage, and it's got to make me.
It did make a Constitution saving throw. I did roll a natural 19. He only has a +2 to his saving throw, but I rolled really high.
Well, in that case, he doesn't catch on fire, I believe, is the rules.
Mm-hmm. Does he still take the full damage of 6?
He takes the 6 damage on the strike. Okay. That would be technically the start of his turn. It just means that he puts the fire out at the start of his turn. So that we're just future proofing that. But he takes the extra 6 now. And
you have boomed this man into bloody territory.
Man. And because the man is boomed, I need to start moving places. So I'm going to move. Sorry, I'm checking Twitch for reference on where things are.
Oh, I literally just zoomed in and moved, so I might do some weird things.
No, it worked out that I was able to see what I needed to see.
Okay, good.
So I am moving, whether he chooses to act on that bit of...
Oh. Yes, he will try. Scrapes along her back again. Your jacket is looking real tattered. It's just everyone's.
It's true. My body turns to stone. My clothes do not.
Yeah. But you do manage to head off in a new location. That was action, bonus action, and movement, I believe.
That's all the things.
That's all the things. That brings us to Rahani.
All right. Hitting it, this one with the glaive again, because might as well.
Yep.
All right, and then there's that one, and then the Rite of Dawn, and then the Disturb the Wicked.
Get them all in there.
And then that's a 2. So 6 radiant.
Is it 6 plus the 4 above, or was that 4?
Oh no, yeah. So technically it can do 1d4 or 1d8. So the 2 on the 1d8 is the 2. So
the 1d8 is the 2. Got it.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So it's 6 overall.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's not adding your ability score to your attack, but that's also not going to damage. So your damage should be a little higher.
That is true. It is. You rolled a 7 on a d10, but it should be higher because of your. I'm not sure what you used. Do you use strength for that? I imagine you do.
Dexterity. Well, it should be dexterity. Wait, is it?
That's why, because it's defaulting to your strength.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, it had 2 hit points left, but if we are counting your dexterity, that would bring you up to 3, which is 1 over the point that you need. So what does it look like as Rahani uses her glaive on this creature and it dies?
I think as she is reaching back and moving to strike, it looks like it has this very eerie bluish tinge of green. The blue seems to be very radiant and strong, but there is just little flickers of falling debris of green that's attached to it, and as it pierces this shade creature, it kind of seems to be more of a spreading out like a disease type of green, so it just seems to start morphing into a blackish green before it just starts to wither.
That's awesome. Yeah, it withers in pieces. And Ben, you're nearly kind of almost bathed in the pieces as it breaks apart. It just kind of floats around you. Thankfully, nothing seems to stick, but it's almost like it just got destroyed in a wind tunnel and you were on the wrong end. But the pieces blow
My
past
apologies.
You. You're all set. I believe that was your action. You have movement and bonus action.
Let us have my entourage move with me. We'll move here to be closer to this one. Just pick them up and move them.
Amazing. You guys are coming with me. Let's go.
You keep sticking with me. You might as well just move with me.
Yeah. Well, you scooch off after. How much movement was that for you?
I think it was. I was like, oh, I was right here, so I think it was 10.
Okay, if it's 10.
Yeah, 10.
I'm gonna say, because they're floating, I think you would be, and they're not terribly heavy. You have a small rat and a not tall savior with you.
So yeah.
I would say,
Pick up a move.
not even. You would be able to just like extend your glaive and almost like hook them onto you. You would move at half movement, but that's still more than the 10 feet you took. So you'd be able to scooch them along with you. I would say that would be like part of your bonus action is extending the glaive, and then you'll use the rest of your movement to go, because that's fucking hilarious, and I'm down. So you managed to scooch everyone with you, stay together as a team, and that is the end of your turn, which brings us to Cal.
So Cal is going to, he's peering over people's shoulders and from behind, people seeing what's going on. He sees Locke slowly getting enveloped in this fabric. And Can I do a check to see if like the creature that still has their claws in Lock, is this like a concentration thing that they're doing, or is this something that they like set in motion?
I think because you were the victim of this, I don't think you would need to check for this. Because after you popped out, it still remained attached to you. So I think you would understand that it's not concentration per se. It's, as you mentioned, it's more like it's setting something in motion. Like it needed to start A to be able to do B, but it's currently on step B right now.
Okay. And it's because she's at 0 hit points, right?
Correct.
Okay, so Cal's gonna see this, and he's going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
And the 6 people I choose are Rahani, Locke, Ben, myself.
Yep.
And
this
my
little
2
rat
copies.
asshole has not taken any
I
damage.
know. I was like, I want to heal the party, and I was like, wait.
He's fine. Ava, you're muted, by the way.
Just give it to me. Give his portion to me as well.
I'll take both. But yeah, go ahead and roll that out. Your D4 plus your casting modifier. And it should be able to, rather than clicking the like chat bubble, if you click on the word Mass Healing Word, it should pop up a little window that might ask you what level you're casting it at. Then you can just click OK, and then it should go through. There we go. All right. That is 6 points of healing to everybody, which also brings Locke back from consciousness. As this spell goes off, what does it look like?
Cal reaches out his flesh and bone hand, and he like writes something in the air in unintelligible runic writing, and he kind of grabs the letters that he wrote and pushes them out, and a shockwave of golden light erupts from his hand, and everyone is a little rejuvenated, just a little bit.
Awesome. As this golden light comes out, there's light from many things, the moat and the avatar kind of over you, but they're pure sort of just clear white. But this golden light stands out in this moment as everybody feels a little bit more refreshed. And all of you watch almost as if touched by fire. This creature doesn't shriek, it has no mouth or face, but you watch as the fabric kind of recoils off of it as if it's being burned. But it pulls away, the claw still in lock, but it is no longer enveloping with its fabric-y body. So that's your bonus action. You still have your action and movement.
Okay, so I don't know how much movement this is gonna take. Cal is seeing what's happening and just wants to run in and help. So how's this gonna work?
Bye, get out of here.
10, 15. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. Okay, I know how I'm going to do this. So 2 of them get right here. 1 of them gets right here.
Well, they do move with you, unfortunately. You can't separate them. So it's wherever you go, they just go with you. They're just around you, essentially. That would be dope.
Can I rotate our configuration?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like this?
Yeah.
Okay. So
it won't give you any boat advantage or anything, but I mean, if you are the one that is directly across from Locke, you will get advantage. But otherwise, yeah, you're just surrounding them. Yeah.
And so I know I asked earlier about casting spells. What about physical attacks?
In terms of
me and my duplicates.
Oh yeah, no, it is just you. The duplicates are simply mirrored, in likeness only. They cannot do the same thing as you do. Gotcha. But you can absolutely physically attack this with your action.
Well, regardless, I'm going to take out my sling and just kind of beam this creature in the head with a tiny pebble from the pouch of pebbles, and oh cow.
The good news is you get advantage because
that's amazing.
Yes,
that is.
We're counting this as a melee strike. That is. Gotta roll with damage.
Oh god.
This is incredible. You just come over and clobber this thing like a piece of it dust. You've been watching your companions attack this, and you've seen very large chunks of the bodies break off in response to said attacks. As you go up and sort of thwack this with your now melee sling, just like the tiniest chip just kind of breaks off of its shoulder and floats off in the wind.
Me and all my duplicates, we go, yeah.
You precious baby.
Oh my god.
Just high-five each other.
we did it!
Three-way high five.
Okay, so that was your action, your movement, a little bit of movement, I believe, and then your bonus action. Are you going to move any more, or are you staying here?
No, I think we're going to stay here. Just surround this creature with malicious intent.
Sounds great. All right, so we will leave you there. Locke, as previously, as you were attacked and then started kind of fading into darkness, you, much like the others, felt this rummaging through your memories. Before your vision even went black, the first thing you started running through were different memories that sort of stuck out to Locke in various ways. Has Locke ever experienced a moment of betrayal? As that would be the first memory that starts to replay for them.
I would say yes, and probably the most prominent one is when the human parents realize.
Mm-hmm.
So in the memory, Locke is maybe a 12 or 13-year-old boy. Looks primarily human, but like portions of the face don't quite fit right. And there's the occasional blur of losing hold of the appearance as he just stares forlornly at parents that are quite literally staring at him in sheer disgust and terror. Somewhere back in the background is a kind of nanny-style nursemaid watching on in vague offense and fear. But just the little boy is just frozen, unable to decide what to do about it.
This is the unfortunate memory that you find yourself stuck in. Just reliving again in express detail. The wrinkles on their face of the disgust is far more clear than you remember the memory even being. It is crisper, it is more painful as you remember it this way. And as that is happening, as Calcephidus kind of started to feel some of the effects, you fully recognize that this is being taken from you. And it's not the only thing that's being taken from you, it's just the one you are focusing on. And for the rest of the team, as the fabric was being repelled off of Locke's body from the heel that went off, for just a second, Locke's kind of overgrown smile that was on their face initially started looking remarkably stony and not even feature any features at all. Just sort of stone slabs similar to the creature that you are attacking. Locke, you recognize that it felt like this creature was trying to take your place, and in return, you take its. But in the heal that you have received, it had stopped the process and kind of brought you back. The memory is still running through you, but you don't feel it being taken from you, which means at the top of your turn, much like the others, you do get an intelligence saving throw to try and break free of your stun and see if you get your turn back.
Okay. Is it my turn? It is my turn now.
It is your turn.
Is this a charm or fear effect that is causing me to experience it?
It is not.
Okay. In that case, I will do the intelligence.
Yes.
12.
Ronnie was so quick with it. Good lord.
Thank you.
13 was what you needed.
Thank you. You are my boo. Thank you.
It is time for Foos to be mean because I did get another D4, so I'm going to challenge your D4 with my D4.
Hey. No. There.
What the fuck?
I would like to challenge this D4's challenge of the D4 with my D4.
Thelonious has plenty of smelling salts for all you know.
Even for the face stealer?
Unfortunately.
Amazing.
I appreciate that so much, Ava. Foos, you're gonna get it in combat next time.
It's fine. We're good. Don't worry about
You know,
it.
Foos, I'm proud of you.
It's coming back at you. It's coming
Sometimes
back
those
at you.
inspirations never get used by the DM, and you saw your moment and you took it, and I'm proud of you.
No, we're gonna use it.
I
There's
can't
so many
fully hate
inspirations
it
around
because
like,
it
we're
is
fine.
Black History Month, so I want
It
you to
is.
benefit it as well. I can't truly be a hater.
Every time I do something terrible, I'm gonna be like, it's Black History Month. Watch your mouth.
See? Yeah,
Anyway.
it's the time for us to do that.
With Thelonious, actually, what does it look like again as you toss another smelling salt?
He's watching her struggle like through this thing, and like, she doesn't even have a mouth. He's so confused. He's like, do you even have a nose? I don't know. I'm just gonna make like a big speak for my version. Just throw like
Oh my
a
god.
glob of something and just kind of hits like a smear. And again, very, very potent, kind of ammonia-based smelling salt that'll wake the dead, basically, to snap you up. And he's like trying to like shake it off his hand. Like, he tries to wipe it off on Cal if he's around, but realizes he doesn't have a shirt. And he's like, ah! Whenever That's what he's doing.
Oh my god.
I appreciate you didn't give my satyr boy some chemical burns just for no reason. You know.
For real. Okay. With that chaos, Locke, you thankfully snap out of your stun, and you do have your full turn. This creature is still attached to you, but you have your turn.
Okay. How bad off does it look?
It's pretty bad, but it's not as bad as the others. Rather than kind of the one shoulder and one arm that's left, this one seems to have probably like a good 50% of its torso as well as its arms.
Okay.
But the legs are full blast off.
Because I'm trying to figure out how traumatized Locke is from having to relive that memory. Like, are they going to respond with the sensible trying to recover more points since they've got a total of 6 right now? Or are they going to attack?
Mm-hmm.
I think that because of the particular memory, it's not a protect myself, it's more of a lashing out. So with the claws like still fully just right in Locke's guts, they are just going to do full attack on this thing.
All right, you get advantage.
Okay, advantage. We go and attack.
Yep.
24.
Absolutely.
Attack.
Absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
I'm also burning. I'm burning key points for flurry of blows
Flurry.
because
Still
yeah, 'cause
hits.
I'm just like, because I am like legitimately like attacking it as if it is the parents that betrayed me. So 1,
Firing out. Let's go.
2,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
3, 4.
Once again, the fourth shot does it. You
yeah,
dismantle
so
this thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's initially grabbing the arm that is embedded in me to pull them even closer. And the first 3 shots are just punching and kicking. And then the last one is that mouth grows again and quite literally ripping out what remains of its throat with my teeth.
Whoa! Whoa!
Fully expected that. Thank you very much.
The boys are losing their minds.
Yes.
Calcephatus,
Yes.
you watch as the pieces of this fly through one of your mirror images, and you see it kind of phase through your mirror image. You're just already like, oh my god!
Yeah.
But it does.
And
get
there's like
blasted
just
off.
this deep growl resonating in their chest from their like doppelgangery side starting to emerge from the instinctive must kill the thing that was trying to take my place. That's my job.
Yup. Incredible. Is there any movement you would like to do? That was your action and bonus action.
No, they are probably still too caught up in the memory and the attacking in attempt to like fight it away. So they're not going to really realize that there's another one to try and take their anger out on.
Sounds good. All right, so Locke, that is the end of your turn, which brings us to Scream and Felonious.
Ah! I think I liked it better when she was sleeping.
Beautiful, powerful. I loved it.
Okay, so I don't have a clear shot. Maybe if I scoot down here, kinda.
Ben is right there.
I mean,
Oh, hey,
Come
Shiny!
on
Thank
down.
you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. I gotta shout him out in the meantime. Hold on, go ahead.
can I spend 5 feet of 3-dimensional Z-axis movement to just drop down and shoot like this way?
You cheese bastard, absolutely.
Excellent.
Let me just make a note that there's a Z-axis now. Got it.
We're in a 3-dimensional three-dimensional space, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
I don't like to do too much with the map because of the kookiness, but like if it's a quick spell that's like I'll pop down and do it, that's fine. I just don't want it to be like I'm 70 feet and there because it'll get nuts. But yes.
All right. He's going to cast. How does this thing look healthy?
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
It's
not
bad.
absolutely not healthy. Got it.
Looks real bad. It is nearly like a head and a claw. There's not much left of this.
Then hopefully this should do it. 60 feet. Hold on, some quick math. That's better anyway. Okay, so he's gonna once again put a small circular, like almost spherical flask that has like obviously some kind of combustible fluid in it that is currently igniting, and launch it with his own sling down at it. I rolled. Did you not see my roll? No, it's a save. It's a save. What?
Firebolt shouldn't be a save. No, it just puts that for all of them. Don't click, click the name. Yeah, not the chat bubble. No, you're good, man. Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Okay.
Damn it.
All right, so that's that plus 5, so it's 14.
You don't. Nope. You don't even need it. Super dead. How would you like to murder in this last one?
Pretty much, he's terrified. So he's just like, I need to kill this thing, and I need to get away from the scary face lady. So he's just dealing with the threats in order. So he launches it with the sling and just hits it dead in the face, and it just kind of explodes in this fiery little, like, mini fireball, like it's kind of a flash, and then immediately like extinguishes. And I imagine its face is no longer there.
Yeah, there wasn't a face to begin with, but the structure of it is super blasted off as this firebolt hits it. But much like the others, just seems to shatter and disintegrate, and the motes seem to carry the bits away. But with that last firebolt, that brings us out of combat, so we are no longer in initiative order. And we'll bring things down a bit as you all recover from this experience.
I'm gonna start
I
preparing for
survived!
What the hell was that?
Yeah, Locke is definitely still kind of, despite not needing to, just reflexively breathing a little deeply and growling as they come down from the memory.
And for those, I know, Rahani, you are casting that, which takes about 10 minutes. But for you, as well as anybody else who has proficiency in religion, you can go ahead and roll me one and see if this pops up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, shit!
Damn.
All right, look at these boys out here getting the big numbers. This kind of works out in a way as Rahani is a little distracted casting the prayer of healing. That is thankfully going to give a bit of relief to everybody in the area. For Ben, it hits first, but Kalsepidus, you are right there with him in recalling the knowledge or just hearing stories about it. But for Ben, they were always sort of myths, but there were stories about in the afterlife how faceless wanderers could sometimes prey on those who had recently died. But it was always sort of like a scary story to tell where like, hey, if you died and you didn't go straight to the hells because you were terrible or something, that these guys might come get you because they smelled you and you were bad. Kind of like a boogeyman story. But part of that was that they could swap places with you, and that was the fear of it, was that you wouldn't go where you were probably supposed to go, and they would take your spot. And as you saw briefly for a moment, it nearly did so with Locke. And just to let Kalsepidus know how clutch that heal was, all it needed to do was get back to their turn. And there was a saving throw for Locke, and if Locke failed, they would have swapped. So in remembering these myths and knowing that story, the two of you know that Kalsepidus absolutely saved Locke, and that was apparently a myth, a story time, a bedtime story that seemed to be real.
Is everyone all right?
Jesus.
don't have a bad name for you. What do I call you so I don't call you Rat?
I am the esteemed Thelonious Spellwhisker the Betrayed, first and only of his name, Grand Alchemist of Clan Scryer.
I'm not going to remember that.
You can just call me
Excellent.
Thel.
Okay.
If that works, I was going to go with Theo, but Theo it is. Is this supposed to be healing of some kind? And I'm sniffing the potion you gave me.
Do you want me to tell you honestly?
Yes.
I have no idea. It could be a bunch of things.
You said you were going to brew me something. Is that going to be the same thing that you gave him, type of thing?
No,
or...
I was gonna give you something that could heal you.
You like me.
I'm just going to look at Luck. I realize, now I think about it, I don't know your name either. I was going to give it to you, but apparently it's not healing. I'm just going to chuck it.
Hey! That's good, man.
Just drift.
Yeah. Locke is like gradually calming down, and there's even like a solid minute where it kind of looks like they're gradually shifting into what looks like would be a blonde human male. And that quickly shifts back to their changeling appearance, but they are still like that bright red of anger before they kind of breathe deeply and look around, realize that the combat is over and their instincts are calming down. Who got me out of that?
That would be me. And 3 hands raise their hand. That's my mirror image is still up.
Thank you.
No problem.
Normally I would say that I owe you my life, but I don't know that we have one.
Well, that combat felt pretty real, so we have something.
If you want to get technical, you owe him your death. Those faceless things, they take your spot and go to whatever heaven or hell is yours.
I thought they
I
were
didn't think
only,
they were real, honest, but...
Yeah, bedtime stories to scare the children. I didn't think they actually existed.
Not a story for me, but visiting the temple to repair some stonework, some priest prattled on about him. I was barely listening.
Apparently you listened enough.
Well,
Yeah.
It stood out, but weren't my business at the time.
So Locke will just kind of shift uncomfortably, kind of curl in on themselves a little bit because they're very, very hurt.
Also, everyone gets 12 HP if they need it, by the way. Just...
No! If they need it,
Thank
looking at
you.
the load.
Well, that applies.
Full health.
It doesn't become temp HP, I'm sorry.
So thank you. They're still very hurt. But Locke will just kind of nod gratefully at both of you. Does Thelonious still look super freaked out by Locke's existence?
And imagine if you're just recovering, he's currently, I think he just finally fumbled the the thing, but he's absolutely terrified of you. He's like he's a rat, so his head is just constantly going. But there's like it centers on you, like you're the threat.
Okay.
You're
So as I've got high enough passive perception and passive insight.
I don't even think you need
like,
it. I think everyone is well aware.
Well, no, like my passive insight is higher than my passive perception.
Mm-hmm.
Like my vibe check is I'm actually proficient in insight, unlike perception. So gonna kind of recognize that despite the fact that he was helping in the combat, that like the panic from the initial meet has not ended for little rat dude, that Locke was not cognizant enough to recognize the name still, so still doesn't know Thelonious' name. And their form and their clothing even will shift to that of what looks like a deeply tanned wood elf with like long black hair, in just like normal adventurer's clothes. Is this better?
No, worse.
Oh,
What
that's
would
really
calm
rude.
you?
I just stop changing. That's terrifying.
Oh, he
What
doesn't
else
like
are
change.
terrible? They taste good,
It's-
but they're
It's
awful.
okay. It's
Very
okay,
fast.
Thelonious. It's okay. It's okay. Oh wait, where'd this guy come from?
There's another one.
I have questions for you, sir. You don't have a shirt, but you cast magics, grand magics.
Well, yeah, I'm a satyr.
What?
A satyr, you know. And I point to my upper body and I'm like half man. And I point to my legs and I'm like half goat.
Faye.
Does that mean that you're entirely naked?
Well, no, I've got some
He does
some
have pants on.
pants on.
Okay.
Unfortunately, before I wound up here, I had lost my shirt.
Hold on. Hold
You
on.
know,
And she's gonna dig into her bags and pull out some common clothes and just hands you a shirt. Would you like a shirt? Or are you
Thank you.
comfortable being shirtless? I don't know.
thank you. I hold the shirt in my hands like Dobby when we got the stop.
Wait a second. I know satyrs are like kind of Fae adjacent-ish. Is the clothing thing a part of your culture, or is that, or are you? I
Oh,
don't want
no,
this to be
I
weird.
feel like if I had some clothing, I wouldn't be here. So I will gladly accept clothing
Okay.
at any point in time. Thank you.
Very well.
Yes, as garments typically stop freezing to death. That is true.
Fair enough.
Firms.
Also, as you are putting this on, this is a Rahani-sized shirt, which means this is a night shirt for you.
You
It's
got
down to the knees. It's huge.
You got a FUBU shirt from the 90s.
That just means
just
it's
hit
comfy.
knees.
It's comfy.
that just
It's comfy.
Comfy. Yeah.
If I need to, I can hide in the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in stealth. I have a +5 to my stealth, so I can just become a shirt.
Hal's gonna pull like turtle in the shirt, just like retract all of them. Just a floating shirt.
Disregard this bundle of clothing that seems to be shivering. It's just clothes.
It's shivering even though we can't feel temperature, but
It's
Oh,
on instinct.
all right. Before we were just kind of all dying at the same time, and that was all. I mean, it's not all right, but it was happening. Now, apparently, we're in the shit. So,
Yeah, what's happening with Giant Angel?
she seems to be still looking off, but it's still very close to you.
Didn't even notice. Okay.
yeah, she's no help.
Don't
Right.
disrespect my future queen.
So you're fell, great. I was gonna say no shirt, but now you have a shirt. What's your name?
As he goes to say his name, I believe the minute that mirror image lasts for is like up. So like as he's saying hi, I'm Cal, like two of the remaining two images like fade away. So it's like, hi, I'm Cal.
Terrifying.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Right.
Shit.
I
And
think his power is tied to his lack of shirt.
As soon as I put on the shirt, the mirror images.
and
Now you have to keep up the bit. You take your
I
shirt
know,
off.
like there's no
Every
evidence
fight
of
you
the
take your shirt
contrary
off.
Here we go.
yet. Let's go. Shirt off, invisibility. Let's go.
Amazing.
Perfect.
and
Fucking
you've been
perfect.
like 4 different people, I think. Are they all the same people, or do you have different names?
Is Ben talking to me now?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Well, this one currently, You can normally would they die with me? And there's this moment of just like thought process where they currently female fully get distracted, and then like after mumbling to themselves for a minute, while wearing this face, I normally went by Fiona, but you can call me as my primary self would be Locke.
You've got a lot going on, and I don't want to dig into that right now. And who are you? Just turn to the last person here, Ronnie.
You
Rahani
didn't introduce
is
yourself to
out.
us, actually?
Yeah. Rahani, by the way, but what about you, Horned One?
Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna just let the marble fade, and I'm just go back to red. Right. I'm Ben with our office, but Ben is fine.
Hey Ben, we've got horns too.
And hooves.
Horn buddies, yay! I'm not a demon though. I'm just a satyr.
Well, no, yeah. If anyone, but it's fine. Right. So I said earlier that we can't die twice, but we can lose death, which is kind of the same. It's not great, is the whole situation. That's how I'll phrase it.
No, it is not.
So I
Yes,
guess
that would
what
be
now?
honest.
Honestly speaking, I didn't think that I would have anything after death, so every moment is a treasure, I guess.
Fuck that, I have things to do.
It's a very
I
positive
honestly
way to
thought I
look
was
at
gonna
life.
turn into a revenant. Oh well, maybe next time.
I'm supposed to be with the great horned rat.
Well, if you're a revenant, does that mean that your soul would be there, or would that just be an impression of you?
Honestly, I didn't get to that portion of my studies. Again, maybe next time.
How badly does Locke still look even after the prayer of healing?
Like, I haven't even gotten to where I would be considered bloodied. I don't even have 20 hit points right now.
We have two people in the 40s and Locke is in 18.
Yeah, I'm just kind of lingering in that, oh, I might die from a single hit type of territory, but she just, with the appearance, she looks very battered as an elf. But
As a reference to everyone as well, all the damage that all of you have taken, there's no blood. There's no even imitation of blood. There's no splattering. It's just, it looks like you've just been torn apart. Like there's almost like a reference of flesh, but it's not even red anymore. It's sort of ethereal and white, but you can see where damage has been done, where claws have been dug into your stomachs, but no blood.
Let me see if I can, fix that up. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Mm.
If I poke one of my wounds, does it hurt?
Yes.
And just see if I can.
It just feels like the most like boy response to be like, "Ow!"
I'm cut up and I'm not bleeding. I didn't know if I was feeling pain or not.
Well, I'm not wounded anymore. I have a shirt on. If I can't see it, it's not there.
Yes.
Valid. Very
I'll do
valid.
another round of prayer healing after we talk.
Like, if we're able to rest, I'll probably be fine at this point. But yeah, no, like, so they, like, I am now up to 25. Thank you. So like,
Add another
she's
13.
Woo! 13. Okay, thank you.
Let's go. As all
so
of
yeah,
this.
so
Go ahead.
She's gradually kind of coming back together and re-solidifying ish. So she like looks at you, and it's much more emotive because she has a real face now. She looks surprised as much as she looks grateful.
As you are all kind of recovering from this, from an almost meta perspective, do me a favor, all of you, look through your cooldowns and take a tally of how many things you have used. If it's one spell, doesn't matter what level it is, that just counts as one. If it's a cooldown from an item, that counts as one. Anything that you use that you have a finite amount of, take a tally of that, and then just post the number in chat, please.
I got my experimental elixir back because
That's true. You did.
So I got it.
Thanks, Ben.
I'm running low on ammonia.
Are we counting before initiative?
No, only when initiative was called. Only after initiative was called. That's what I should say.
Cantrips don't count in this total, correct? Because
correct, because it's not a. It's exactly. You can use that an infinite amount of times.
Did I use that one once? I had ideas to use it, but I didn't.
Okay, so 3 total for you, and then I just
Okay. I should have asked if are we counting only combat, because I did count cure wounds that I just did.
No, this was only in reference to combat, so that would bring you down to 3.
That would be 1.
Okay. Okay, so then just 1 for Rouhani. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
All right. With those numbers, let me just double check the numbers. Ben, please give me a charisma saving throw with advantage. Thelonious, an intelligence saving throw, flat. Rouhani, also a wisdom saving throw at advantage. Cal, you get a charisma saving throw, flat. And Locke, you will get a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. Oh, god damn, Thelonious. All right. Really good rolls across the board. But as you find yourselves resting in this space, the memories for those of you who were sort of attacked and failed that saving throw to have those thoughts come back and take over your mind for a moment. For just a second as you were resting and chatting with each other, I'm just listening to Twist get the good pats right now. It's just like echoing through the mic.
Needed attention.
It's totally fine. It's Evie's dog, and he's the cutest. So as you are all sitting here, kind of recovering, speaking, just being in the moment, for each of you, the world around you, this nebulous space, seems to blur out for just a second. You're starting to kind of lose focus on even your comrades for the moment. And Ben, for you in particular, the vision that seems to kind of replace this blurred vision, or this blurred space, is the very familiar figure of the archer who shot you to death. Just seems to be standing 30 or so feet away from you, bow lowered, but silhouette seems to be in crisp detail as opposed to the blurring around you. And for Locke, the vision blurs for you as well. Rather than this nebulous space, you see a relatively short creature on the road, walking. It feels like you're over their shoulder, like you're watching. Almost like, Locke has never experienced this, but almost feels like a scry spell in a way. Like the creature doesn't know you're there, but you're just looking over it. It seems to have a companion or two beside it, but your point of vision is focused on this one smaller creature. It's a little hard to get details because it seems to be dark, but that's walking with a spear and a shield, you think? And for Calcepetus, you get a familiar vision. You're relatively low to the ground, but you can see that you're on a patch of grass, it seems. But the sky in the area looks very similar to where you are right now. Still kind of nebulous with dark blues and purples, but certain pinks that seem to brighten in the distance a little bit. No figures for you, simply the environment that you're in. And Rouhani, as your vision starts to blur, it takes the colors, the darkness that was around you, and it just feels like it sucks all of the life out of it until there is no color. But rather than being blackness and just dark, it is pure white you find yourself surrounded in. There's no figures, there's nothing, it's just you in white. And Thelonious. This blurring that happens takes from actually the colors that you are surrounded by and is overwhelmingly blue, but dark. You feel like you're deep down somewhere, but peaceful? In this space that you are floating in, even in the astral, as you are all in this area, it feels more like you are surrounded by something. You can't quite put your finger on it. Air, sludge, something. You're no longer kind of weightless, but it still feels peaceful at the moment. And one by one, you snap out of these blurred visions. Thelonious, it seems to only last 4 or 5 seconds for you. You snap back the fastest. Soon after Rahani, and then Calcepitus, and then Locke, and then Ben. But you all come back to exactly where you were, standing, floating where you were. Separate visions, dismissed.
Must be hallucinating. The air. Is it air? Am I breathing?
Technically, you don't need to.
Familiar.
I'm just gonna point out, I snapped to shooting Eldritch Blast in the direction of a thing that isn't there. Just for that, just so that's out there.
With Ben launching a Eldritch Blast in response. That's where we're going to end our episode for tonight.
Perfect.
Just like, shoots off a blast. But I'm going to go look for someone for us to raid. But in the meantime, this is our opportunity to let everyone reintroduce themselves, where they can be found. If you have any projects you're excited about, let the people know. But episode 2 is wrapping up now. So I'm going to pass it off to Xanthos. Why don't you let us know what's going on with you?
Nothing for the rest of the weekend. Monday, I am back with my party over on my channel for session 8 of Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. And then Wednesday, back to Baldur's Gate 3, playing as myself. So,
that is a treat. I had the joy of watching that. It is a treat. Please, like, if you get a chance, it's a Wednesday. Check them out. It is super fun.
I'm just chilling.
It is hilarious because you are so like innocent and pure, just kind of working your way through this, and your friends are being mean and deceiving you, and it's hilarious. So please watch. It's a good time. Who would you like to pass it off to?
Evie, what you got going?
Hi. Thank you. I am Evie, the Disaster GM. I am the director of Ultra Deco Archives. We have actually just brought on a couple of our regular cast members to be full staff. So they'll be doing more stuff soon. They've got some plans in the works for more games that we might be running. In the meantime, I primarily run Empyrean Rising, a Cypher system-based game every other Sunday that Foos is currently guesting in. They are in the middle of combat right now in that. And spoiler alert, there was suddenly Philip. A bear appeared in a purple flash of lightning at the very end of the last session because I had made a promise to one of my players in a joking fashion, and you know what? I made it happen. So suddenly, Philip. But yeah, so it should be interesting. I definitely won't take revenge on Foos next time. Not at all. Anyway,
listen.
Anyway, yeah, it's fun. It's great. Love having her over there. It's been a blast. Loving Kiyama. She is super entertaining energy. But let's hand it over to Ava.
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your mother, Ava, here. You can find me anywhere at Madam Ava Couture. I'm still on Twitter because it still has not been murdered fully, so you can't kick me off yet. You can find me on Sundays on Exquisite Course Presents for a Thirsty Sword Lesbian campaign featuring the King Arthur people of lore, where I play the daughter of King Arthur. Or on Girls Undies World, I am in a Monster Hearts campaign, and we are on our second to last episode for that on Tuesdays. And just overall, it's Black History Month, so I'm going to make my pitch here. Give the black people in your life some reparations. The government hasn't given us any, so give us the reparations because guilt. And that's it for me. Give us some money.
Fan
Nanners, your turn. Thank Joe for laughing.
Oh my god.
I'm done with my pitch.
love
I'm
it.
done.
Nanners?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I said
Frank,
Joe
welcome
laugh.
It caught me on the reparations part. My name is Nenners.
He was dreaming of reparations.
Nennerino, Doninario, whatever you want to call me. I DM on Fridays with the lovely high-level Legacy campaign, which is honestly coming to an end. I'm kind of excited to see what happens. Running Shadowrun soon after that. Very excited about that. Victim and Foozca campaign on Saturdays. I game almost 100% of my spare time, so I'll usually hang out in disco and running for my life with my friends most of the time. That all being said, was there anything else? Yeah, no, I just played Thelonious. It was super fun. I think the only one left is Mean Joe Green. So Joe, fucking bring it home, son.
See, I commit with a capital T, so I want to say I gave a black person money earlier today, but the honest part of me knows that had zero things to do with reparations. But technically, one of the first things I did today was send off $100. Anyway, the only thing I did first was pay rent. But I'm Joe, and I'm here for Thursdays while this lasts, and Fridays until that's done, and then I'll be around for the next thing Foos does, because I'm always here, because it's great. And then on Sundays, I'm with Dispel Logic, and we play Dungeons & Dragons, and we're having a grand old time. And I have a channel, and I'm going to keep poking at the idea on places where it's on the internet, so I might eventually be held accountable. I love to play Timberborn. That's what I've streamed the most, which isn't saying much, because I don't stream barely at all. But I want to do a fully randomized run of all 3 Mass Effect games, and I'm going to stream it, and I'm going to say it until I do it.
Yes.
The first episode will be character creation, and every single slider will be determined by a randomly generated number. It's going to look funky, but we're going to have a fun time.
That sounds awesome. Let's go.
Joe, I'm going to dag you. That's awesome. I want to see this.
I know.
I didn't realize you were doing this. I'm in.
It's good. It's fun. I got to find the rules for it. Somebody did it and posted how they... But like every major story plot point is all random, so I don't think I'm gonna get all the people to live to the end of the game, but we'll see.
Incredible.
You say things about yourself and your wonderful channel.
Yeah, it's me. No, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us for episode 2 of Awakenings. The schedule should be likely a little more normal. We did take a week off last week. I might try and squeeze in another episode in February, just because I would love to have the number of episodes I had in my brain, and I had to cancel one. So be on the lookout for that. We might have an off day stream to kind of catch up in a way, depending on schedules. But yes, I DM this Awakenings on Thursdays, and then Difficult Terrain on Saturdays, and Nanners is trying to kill us on Fridays, because we have a very few number of episodes left, and we're finding the big bads, and it's very exciting. We have a couple projects that are coming up, and as per usual, thank you for helping us hit our follower goal of 350. That's nuts. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for that. And we always end with a raid, because we like to share the love and spread it. So we're going to go say hello to Bardic Dice, because they look like they have a freaking... they're doing the Call of the Netherdeep, it looks like. They have incredible artwork, and this overlay is awesome. So we're going to go say hi, and we're going to go raid them. So stick around for that, and have a freaking wonderful night. And thanks for spending some time with us. And thank you, my lovely guests, for participating in this adventure. I think it's so fun with you guys. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night and enjoy the day. Good night.
Every time.